listen to it because they will see you as another whitey people, and that is how we see you. Native American to us have
We're
nothing,
not Native
no,
American.
no,
But
no,
look, do you know the
no.
world?
Most of you, no.
Do you know
Listen,
the world?
most of you are mixed. Most Native American are
I'm
mixed
not
breed.
mixed.
Listen, bro.
Hold on, hey,
Listen.
let me.
Okay, please, can you land your plane for me, please?
Yeah, let me
Yes,
land my plane. They
because
keep
hey,
interrupting
I
me.
got
These
it.
guys are so emotional, bro. So
Okay, let him land his plane, you guys. Let him land.
most Native American are mixed breed
No,
black
we're
people,
not.
right?
No, we're not.
They're mixed breed. They're mixed with every kind of shit in this world, from every corner of this earth. They're
Okay,
mixed.
hey y'all.
So
Hey,
listen. So
bro, I
now
don't
what I'm
want to
saying is
listen no
that
more.
Okay,
the black
just
community.
land. 30
Why they keep
seconds.
interrupting
I
me?
don't want to listen no
That's the
more.
problem. I cannot even speak. They keep interrupting me because
Stop
they're so emotional.
interrupting him. Stop interrupting him, please. Just let him
Damn.
finish.
Why are you so emotional? Like why do you care about
Okay,
what I
please,
say?
30
Let it
seconds.
finish.
30 seconds.
So
Go.
what I'm saying is we don't have anything in common with Native American. We are fighting our oppressors. Concentrate and fight your oppressors. We don't want to unite with you. We have no business with you. You can unite with the Mexicans and the Samoans and whoever you unite, any people that are indigenous to the American continent, unite with them and fight your cause. Stop involving us. You are not like us. That is
All
what it
right.
is. You are not our
Okay.
people.
Thank you, Kish. Thank you for your opinion.
Okay, hey guys.
Hold on. Nope. There's other people before you. Ed, go ahead.
I still haven't even finished my talking point. I got cut off earlier.
What? Ed was here before you. Like I
go
just let
ahead.
you rebuttal. I let you rebuttal, but in fairness, he was here before you. Go ahead, Ed.
That's fine.
Taj,
You can go
ahead because I
and then the
I was on the
original can
slide.
go.
You're okay.
Go ahead, Ed. What'd you say?
I said they can go ahead because we talked about this last time, so I was just support. I was here for your support.
Okay. Go ahead and let me know when you're ready to speak,
You
okay?
had something to
Because
say.
I want you
Okay.
to have a chance. I'm sure you came up here to speak. All right. Thank you, Ed. Go ahead, Tori.
All right. So, like I was trying to say earlier, we've already touched bases on how y'all view whenever you come over here, and by you I mean Africans and stuff like that. As far as in what Kesh was saying, because I gotta expound on that. You talking about we coming over here and telling you and giving you a history lesson, but yet the host has this on
Totally
her
confused,
background.
honestly, on
So
what's
we're
going
coming
on.
over here and we're speaking upon the behalf of our people. So that's why we're coming over here, letting you know what exactly happened. Therefore, you can have an understanding.
Hey, say that
why
again.
we are
Did you say
saying
something about me?
why we are saying that we are different people.
I'm asking you a question. Did you mention me?
What do you mean that I
Or did
mentioned
I
you? You
misheard
said
you?
I said your background, like you talking about not coming over here and having beef and stuff like that, but y'all coming over here to us with animosity. Like y'all just did you say something about me?
We're
Did you
not.
say something about me? Like
Listen. Tori, give me one moment, please. Give me one moment. Listen, you cannot put a whole continent in one boat, okay? So don't say all Africans. I can validate what you're saying. Some people do feel like that, like he's just expressed himself, okay? But I'm really honestly confused on what's going on because you guys are saying you're not black, you're not African American, and the African American and people that look like you, those who have their picture up here that I can actually see, like Goddess. They say when I meet them in person, they say black, they say African American. I've never heard them say they're Indian.
That's because they have different opinions.
I didn't say you specifically, sir. I said people I meet in real life that looks like I can't even see your picture. Yeah, even people that looks like you. I'm not saying you. People that looks like you. Okay, so with that being said, let me finish. Tori's talking. Let Tori finish, and I'm talking to Tori. So not all Africans feel like that, okay? So let's not put everybody in one boat. Let's learn to, understand that people think differently and not just assume that they all think alike. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything about like mashing everybody up together. I was just speaking on how I felt about what I've known, me being personal, me meeting the Africans that I've met and them telling me what happens whenever they come over here. As far as in what I was saying, I was addressing Kesh because he had something to say about us coming over here and giving him the backstory and the history of what actually took place as to the reason why we are being misnomered and being misclassified. We've been misclassified as African American. I mean, just like why you have that on the back of your background. That's the reason why we're coming over here doing that. And furthermore, my whole thing is this. Uh, I remember a time when Africans wasn't even worried about this subject, and this just started happening. I want to say like a couple months ago, or probably not even that long ago, probably like a month ago, whenever y'all started wanting to know about us. If it's not something that's just a big deal or whatever, like you're saying, then why are y'all worried about what's going on with us? It makes no sense. Like you telling us to be worried about
Maybe
this.
that's because we've never heard of you guys, and we've heard of you on this platform for the first time. Maybe that's why.
Okay, so how many times have you been over here to the States?
I'm from the States, honey. I grew up around African Americans, black people. I've never heard them in life hear them say that
Okay.
they're Indian or
You never
Native
heard that?
American.
Well, can I
Never,
speak?
never.
Can I
Never
speak?
I've
heard that?
never heard that.
I have a
And
couple
so
That's
things
maybe
crazy.
I
your
can
Are you up
people
clarify.
south
are
or
maybe
you up? Are
rare.
you up
1944.
north
Maybe
or
they're
down south?
rare.
Hey,
A
host, are
lot
you
of
up north or down south?
I grew up. I grew up knowing who I was. My great grandmama died at 93 years old. I was 11 years old when my great grandma, so I knew my bloodline. So when you say a lot of the shit didn't take place to 1978 when they came out with Roots. And as far as the African American, 98% of the so-called African American are actually the original Americans. 2% of the rest of them are the foreigners who came here. Let's get that understood. So when people claim at my people, the so-called black, let's get into it right here. It says ethnicity and race and identification. Ethnicity and race and information is requested under the authorities of 42 USC Section 2000E16 in compliance to the Office of Management and Budget. The reason why I'm reading this, so I want to, because I see he was up here throwing a lot of bullshit claiming our people, because you ain't taking our people goddamn inventions or none of that. Those people did not classify themselves as African American. They died as Negroes when they was reclassified again. And then I'm gonna move on down here to American Indian or Alaskan Native. It's a person having origins in any of the original people of North and South America, including Central America, and the two maintain and who maintains a tribal affiliation or community attachments. We're gonna go to the Asians. A person having origins in any of the original people of the Far East and Southeast Asia, Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Pakistan, and the Filipino Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. We're gonna move down here to the main important one, which is the black or the African Americans. It says a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. These people do not have an origins with the people. They are a racial group that came together in Africa. They're not the Africans. They just all bonded through trauma. They don't have no origins. The rest of these, I'm gonna go down and finish what I'm saying, because the rest of these are the white people, the Native Hawaiians, a person having origins in any of the original people of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or the Pacific Islands. Then we got the whites, a person having origin in any of the original people of Europe, Middle East, or North Africa. The only people that don't have an origin in the original people of all in any land is the so-called black and African American. They have a person having an origin in any of the black racial groups of Africa. Because that
But
is
they
a
see them as
misnomer.
African.
You
That's
are
what.
born into your nationality. I'm gonna land my plane. You are born into your nationality. Nobody classifies you when you 10 and 20 years old. Whatever your mother, your grandmother, whoever they are, that is what you are. Nobody can classify you after you 20 years old. When they classified us as African American, I'm 53 a week today. I was 18 years old when they classified us as African American. I am born into my blood. I was in the womb is who I was. Not because some Caucasian came here to tell me who the hell I am and who I descended from. We don't come to Africa. We don't do that to Africans. But for some reason, they find their way over here meddling in our affairs. So when he sat up there and said all that he said, you're not claiming the
No. Listen, calm down. This is not to divide us. This is not to have us fighting.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I never said you are not native to America. I never said
nobody.
that.
Africans have never said that. Africans have never
I
said
agree with
that.
you.
He's lying. He's just
She's
lying,
right.
sister.
She's right.
We have never said
But
that.
Africans are working with the white folks, bro.
Nobody. Africans are not the one who classified you. The white people classified you.
She's not talking about you because you didn't do anything.
I know she's not talking about me, but she's talking about Africans.
Oh, sorry. Hoes, I
You know
didn't mean
she's
to
not
yell.
talking about me. She's talking about Africa, and Africa is a
No.
huge continent, okay?
No, she's
Goddess, not the one.
I never disagree. Goddess, have I ever disagreed that you are native to America?
Hold on.
I
Just
agree.
wait.
I agree with her.
Keith,
She's
hold
right.
on.
That's
She
what I'm
didn't even
saying.
finish
Why
her
she's
land of her
telling me that I
plane
was
yet.
saying that she's not
Keith,
No,
hold on.
she finished. She finished. She turned off the camera. I want to ask you a question, the original. Is there a common ground for us and for you guys for
we
African?
have to fix our own situation amongst our people, because due to the drugs being put in our community, the guns being put and then ran off our own land, because a lot of our people own, some of us own over thousands of acres of land.
And don't even know it.
So
And I'm asking, is
when
there
they
a
tell us
common
to do a
ground for us?
DNA, huh?
Hey, Taj.
Is there a common ground for us? Yeah, Ed,
Yeah,
you're gonna.
once we fix our situation, then
Ain't
some of
hard.
y'all we can
Oh,
build with.
please.
But a lot of them, what I've been watching over here, because I didn't come from TikTok, I came from YouTube, and a lot of the shit I see over here didn't go down on YouTube. I mean, the disrespect
Original.
is through the roof over here. I mean,
Original.
they do lives every day over
You are
here about
speaking
who we
based on
are and who we
emotions,
are.
right?
I'm not even
You are speaking based on emotions.
People being
Nobody. I'm
She made
coming,
an
guys.
accusation.
Why
I'm
is y'all
coming.
interrupting her? She's trying to
Nobody.
bring
She
her
made an
point.
accusation
Hey,
to me.
Don't ask me a question.
Original.
You guys, do not interrupt each other. Let's be respectful.
She made an accusation to me. Let me set the record straight. I never said that.
Let her fit. Oh my God. You
I
have
never
to
said
mute your
no.
mic.
Goddess,
Can you
hold
mute
on, don't
your mic?
interrupt me. You
No,
spread
she
lies
wasn't even
and false
done.
narrative.
She
I
wasn't
never
even
said
done.
that. Let me make it clear. Let me make it clear again.
Oh my God.
I never said that you are not indigenous to America. I said we have about 2 billion black people in Africa. We don't, if you, so
Bro, they
we
trying to tell
cannot
you
be
to let
worrying
the
about, we
original
cannot be, listen,
speak.
we cannot be worrying about people like you. So you can stay
And I
there
ain't worried
and
about
leave
people
black
like
people
you.
alone. I never
Okay,
said that you're
stop.
not indigenous.
I don't
That
like
is
this
your land.
negativity.
That is
I
your
do
land.
not.
Fight for it.
Okay, here's
Fight for your
Thank you,
land.
Keith.
See,
Here's
this
the
is what
divide.
I'm talking about, Taraj. See, he
Oh,
keep
can I
making his
please finish my
accusations, the way
speech?
he speak, and
I
the
was
stuff that
making
he's
a speech
saying.
before Goddess
Yeah,
interrupted
hold
me.
on.
People
First
Can I
of all,
finish my
before any
speech?
Here's the divide.
nope. You
Here's
guys are
the
taking
divide.
my concept of trying to understand and find a common ground for us into something that is negative and divisive. Okay, stop and stop unmuting yourself while I'm talking. This is so rude. Let's learn to be respectful to each other. Stop. I am like shocked, sad, and heartbroken on what's going on right now. Like on both side. On both side. It's not fair what's being said and what's going on. You guys need to stop this. This is like understand.
Unity.
Understand, yeah, we need
unity.
unity more than anything. Listen, understand, even though we have differences, they see us as the same because there is a similarity within us, okay? We need to recognize our similarities. We need to find our ground, okay? And first of all, Africans, Americans, or Native Indians or Americans, however you want to call yourself, and Africans have no issue. They're not even they don't even see each other to have an issue. First of all, and secondly, like, we're not the enemy of each other. We're both oppressed people by the same oppressors. Like, stop this. Just stop. This is not what my platform is about. You guys are taking it way out of the concept of what it's supposed to be and making it so negative, and I don't like that. So no more argument, no more telling each other who's what and what's what. Ask each other questions to better understand what the other person is saying. Okay? No more blaming, and if you do that, I'm gonna drop you. You've already did enough blaming. You've already did whatever. We all know where you stand. I think we know everybody where they stand except for this guy on the below on the right hand side. He's the only one I don't know where he stands. The rest of us, I think we know. And Ed, of course, you guys don't know where Ed stands except for me. So yeah, let's not do that. Do not repeat yourself. Ask questions to better understand each other. If you're not doing that, then you can drop down. And you guys, we're almost at our goal of 20Ks. Go ahead and tap the screen if you like what you're seeing. If you agree with it, show some love. Tap the screen, share it with people who might be interested in this. Let's use the platform for what it's meant to be, you guys. Thank you again. Don't be afraid to show love. Send gifts to the platform. Send gifts to the people on the platforms. Yeah, and share your comments and your opinions below. Thank you.
Hey, Taj, I had a question for you, and then Amir. When she
Okay,
was
sir.
talking,
Okay. Go
when
ahead,
she,
sir.
okay, when the other lady was talking about, what do y'all think about the Afro Latinos?
No, I
I mean,
wasn't the
because they leave
one.
that, can they claim themselves as African? Because they were on the ship too, like the Caribbean
Oh,
islands and Trinidad, and
okay. Okay, brother.
how do y'all
This
feel
is
about that?
yeah. The issue with Africa is that we are the most like free-minded people on earth. Like we literally don't give a fuck. If you want to be African, you can be African. Even if you are a Chinese and you want to identify as Africans, we are okay with that. Because you identifying as Africa doesn't add any value to our currency. It doesn't put food on our table. It's just a title. That was what I was saying to Goddess, right? I said, you all should not worry about us Africans. You all should worry about your oppressors. Because we coming to America, right? We are looking for our daily bread. We don't just sit down, fold our hands, and you people start bringing food to our table. We work in America. We work for whatever penny we are getting in that country. So they expect us when we go to America, we should bow our heads and start worshiping them. We are not the problem. Wallahi, when we have our money, we go back to Africa and establish. But I don't know why they are all fighting against us like as if we are the one that tell them to be Africans. Nobody want them to be Africans. If you want to be Africans, you be African. If you
Yeah,
don't want to
you
be
can go
African, then
next. You can
don't be
go next.
African.
I see you
Oh,
raising your hand. You can go next. Let
okay.
her
I'm
talk.
going. Can I
Just
go
get
after
off.
that?
Nope. You can't just come up here and unmute yourself and talk. Have respect. Let
Yeah,
her
let me
land her
just
plane.
finish, then
Once
she
she
can talk.
lands,
Let
and
me
the
just
guy who was
finish. She
raising
can
his
talk.
hand, you can go next. Go ahead.
Can I finish before she come in?
Yeah, go ahead. Land your plane.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, ma'am. So that is the problem. We have been saying it over and over again. We Africa are not in a competition with Africa with Black Americans, right? We are not in a competition with anybody. We don't even care. We have thousands and billions of Africans to worry about. We got homeless people in the street. So why should we worry about people that identify as Africa or people that don't identify as African? Those are not important. Let's be real. So I don't really get. We are not the problem. They should leave Africa, leave us alone. If you want, we have people in the African continent that says they are not Africans, and we don't
Okay.
even bother about them. We are just living
And
our
I
life. Looking for
understand
our
where
daily
you're
bread.
coming from. But the
And
dilemma is when you are living in the European countries like
Okay,
America,
ma'am.
Europe,
Okay.
you have a
Okay.
different understanding of what's going on versus if when you're living in Africa.
yeah,
Yeah.
They
Okay.
see us
My
as
my
one.
reason for saying this,
Hold on,
right?
Amira. They see us as the same, okay? Even though
I said it before.
yeah.
My
So
first statement I made when I was on here, I say even if you travel to China, if an American person travel to China and an African person travel to China, they are going to recognize us as black. That was what I said, and that lady started like she was trying to like throw shade
Wait,
on me. I say wherever we go in this world, they see us as African. They see us as black. I mean,
uh,
that is just the point.
wait.
As long as your skin color is black, they don't care where you are from. Everybody is black. That
Can I
is just my point.
Hey,
Yeah.
Taj.
wait?
yeah.
But wait.
I was here first, sir.
Yeah,
No disrespect, but I was here and I let y'all talk over me and all that stuff. But Amira, what I was doing was just giving an example because Taj,
Mm.
I'm going back home to Ethiopia in a week from today, and
Okay, sir.
Yay.
a week from today. Hello.
I
Yes.
can hear
Have a
you, sir.
safe.
Go ahead, sir.
Hope you have a safe trip.
Oh, thank you. But what I'm saying, in Jamaica they have Rastafarians. Also in Ethiopia they have the culture of the Rastafarian too.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. It's mostly in Jamaica. But okay, thank you. That's not the topic.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So to like kind of fix up what uh the A name, I don't know how to say it.
Ed, this is
Sorry.
Ed,
No, not you, the girl.
Amara.
Okay. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever talked to like an actual person who like grew up
You
in a
sure? My name is Amira, sir. Thank you.
okay,
My name is
Amira.
Amira.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So like I don't know if any of you guys have ever talked to like a foreign person before, but like they actually do not see us as the same. Like they actually can depict us like pretty different. Like I have a lady that works in my office in my apartment. She's Russian, and she dead ass told me this. Like I'm not even lying to y'all about this. And another thing, and it's like it's not we don't even have like a problem with like Africans, honestly. The problem stems from like when the crime rate rises and then you look at the person who actually committed the crime and the person is an African. You feel me? And it's like because in America, we all like you're right. In America, if you got some dark skin, 9 times out of 10, unless you got some money and you know how the system works and you come from Africa, then your race will be black. And if you look like, and it's like we have, if you pay attention to other conversations that goes on within the community, you will actually see that like we don't talk about just like we don't want to be African. We talk about the way that like the Africans are actually coming into our communities and messing stuff up. Or like standing on the blocks. Like you can look at the news channels, bro. They have them on the news. Like they're standing on the block. Or like we just had like one of the biggest grapes. You know what I mean by when I say grape, right? Grape. Like one of
yes.
the like biggest grapes cases. And guess what the guy was? He was an Uber driver. And guess what his race was? He was actually African. But he was classified as a black man. You feel me? Like that is the problem that we have.
Please
Like
stop.
it's not. You said
Okay.
what?
I said please stop.
The other one
He
says they are
asked
not
me a
black.
question. Let me give him an answer,
These people
please.
are really confused. The
Wait,
other
let
lady
me
said they
give
are
him
not
an
black. Now
answer.
this one is identified as a black
Yes,
person.
wait. Let me give him an answer. He asked me a question. Brother, as far as I could remember, SS Temptation, Juice WRLD, Michael Jackson, these are black Americans that was unalived by your own black Americans. So you all stop pushing agenda and saying African this. You all are unaliving each other on a daily basis. So you all come here and try saying African did this, African did that. We are not your oppressors, brother.
Oh my gosh, we're
Really.
going back to dividing each other and pointing fingers. I do not like this.
But
Stop it.
Future did it first. He was pointing fingers and saying that
It's
an
not even
Uber
like I'm pointing
driver.
fingers though.
That's
Like
why I
if you
told him
go
to
back,
stop.
Somebody's mic is
Stop.
echoing.
Yeah, stop. That's why I told him to stop. Okay. Now I want
alright.
somebody else to speak. You two are done. I want somebody else to speak. Address
I would
the
like to speak. Okay,
Address
can
the
I speak?
topic and
Can
do
I
not
speak?
get
'Cause
on the blaming of each other. Okay?
can I speak?
And express your.
Can I speak? Because I don't believe that. We already heard of all the people that believe, that they.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Carl.
Okay, now I want to know now how did black people get over here from Africa on this wooden sailboat when the United States was in Afghanistan and they was getting ready to depart from Afghanistan? How all those people was on top of an airplane trying to leave Afghanistan, which is in Africa, which is why wouldn't they just simply sail this wooden sailboat from Africa to America instead of getting on an airplane that's traveling what 400 miles an hour or more?
Carl, I think you were here earlier, and I just don't understand your point of view.
I'm trying to figure out how.
I was.
Wouldn't it be more safe for you to get on your wooden sailboat
This is
and
the
travel
result of
to
lack of
America?
education, bro. This
Yeah,
is the
it's
lack of
okay.
education.
No, listen. Wouldn't it be more
My name is Geechee,
likely?
and I'd like to speak.
Listen,
Yeah, you're
if
gonna
you
go
could,
next.
if you could sail a boat from Africa to America, why would you take a chance on getting on top of an airplane, not inside?
Because it's faster. What do you mean not on top? Who gets on top of an airplane to fly? Who does that?
You didn't see all those people trying to get on top of the American
But calling
airplane.
Afghanistan Africa?
Listen. It is an Africa. Of course, I know it's a Middle East.
Afghanistan is in Africa?
I know it's a Middle East, but it's still all Africa.
No. We're over here.
Yo,
We're
damn,
having
bro.
a serious discussion. Yeah, we're not here to be funny and to be ridiculous. And we're not here to point fingers either, okay? So keep it clean. Go ahead. Nakisa, go ahead.
Okay, David, your mic is giving us a lot of feedback, so we're hearing a bunch of echo in the chat, and it's very hard.
Okay, I'm gonna mute him.
Thank you. Now, as a melanated woman, we all started in Pangea, one continent. We forget that people
David,
migrate.
stay muted, and I will unmute you when it's your turn to talk. You can unmute yourself. I'll let you know. After her it's Black, and then after Black you can go, David. Go ahead.
We forget that tribes migrate. This goes all the way back to what's his name? Mansa Musa. These people migrate all over the world. That's why you can find melanated beings all the way in China. Every race started out as melanated, and over time we evolved to the continents that we're on. The fact that we are still having this Afro-American beef is because we were reclassified. The black people over in America were reclassified. First we were Indian, then we were Negro, then we were African Americans. There is no beef between Africans and Black Americans. What I don't understand about Africa is how you guys have such a beautiful country and you haven't taken your land back. You are still living under a very colonized rule owned by
Why have you not
British.
taken your land back in America?
Okay, we're not
Taking your
here.
native land.
Yeah. So see, Kish can say back to you, why aren't you not taking your land back? So we can do this back and forth. No. We can do this back and forth thing all day, and we're not gonna do that because this is not what this topic is about, and this is not what this platform is for. Go find a platform that you can do that on. Okay, so I want you to answer the question and express why you feel though, either if you think you're different or you're the same, explain that.
That's what I was getting to say.
No, you
We
pointing.
are this. I wasn't pointing fingers in a
Yeah,
bad
you
way.
are, and you are
No, I wasn't.
discrediting Africans, and you.
I
Why
did
didn't
not
you?
discredit
Why,
anybody.
yeah, why didn't you do
I
this?
was saying how we as African Americans look at them, and it's not a bad thing. It's a lack of unity, is what it is. It's a lack of global unity.
Okay, explain that more about that.
We're divided by language. If I was to go to any continent, any country in Africa, I would not be able to speak their native language. That is that's a big barrier because the English language is a mixed up language. So we have double entendres. Words that we say mean something different. We love the Africans when they come because it's like seeing who we were, how we were supposed to be. It's not a hate thing, but a lot of us don't, a lot of us African Americans, as we call ourselves, or indigenous Americans, have lost all connection to our tribes that were already here. We are very disconnected from our own self. We're disconnected from our own root chakra, from our people, because we have been reclassified so many times.
Do you believe that your people at one point came from Africa?
Yes, way, way, way in a different path, in a deep path. You can
Yes.
look at us and tell there's similarities.
Yes.
You
Okay.
can
Thank
tell
you.
that you can tell that the Africans, well, back when it was Pangea, you can tell that they migrate. You can even look at the different traditions from certain tribes of the indigenous Americans, that there's a connection. Even down to the Mayans, there's a connection. We lost that connection during colonization.
Right. Thank you.
And
Are
the
you
whole
done?
thing is, I'm almost, the whole
No,
thing
go
is
ahead.
we have to get back to love and understanding. You know, we can't be envious of them when they come over here and they open up shops and they work, and because they worked hard to be over here. Against all odds, they made it here. But none of us ever travel back there to, some people go to visit, but we really don't immerse ourselves in the culture. We go as tourists.
Thank you. And let me
You're
ask you,
welcome.
can you answer the second part of the question too?
You're gonna have to restate it for me.
Why do some Africans and some Black people think that they are different people?
It's a language barrier. It's a traditional, like traditions are different. That's all it is. That's all it
Okay.
is. It's a language barrier. It's an upbringing difference. You know, they're taught to be very submissive and respectable. We live in America. We live in a kind of fend for yourself culture as Black people. We don't have a culture based in tradition. We kind of do what we want over here,
Thank
and
you.
it's like it's hard for us women to be women because we don't even have a matriarchal lineage to look up to.
Thank you. And also because we're not communicating enough to have this type of discussion that, you know, can show each other what our similarities are. And also because, you know, YT people have worked very, very hard for very, very long to keep us separated, to think that we are different, to turn us against each other. If you are African American, I think you should be familiar with Willie Leach letter to the slave owners. That should tell you a lot, and that should tell you why this confusion still exists, and why
Oh
we're
yes.
even, yeah, and why
Baby,
we're
I'm
even
right here
having.
in Alabama where it was prevalent. I'm right here in Alabama in one of the states that was very prevalent. So yes, we have mound builders down here. Our the river that is called the Tuscaloosa River is the Black Warrior River. So it lets you know that there were melanated beings here before Americo Vespucci, before Christopher Columbus, even before Hernando de Soto, these explorers that came here and conquered. See, in order to divide a continent, you need to conquer its people. So we all were conquered, reclassified, taken away from our ancestral roots, and disconnected. So what it is it's a love disconnect. It's a love disconnect, is what it is.
Yes. And I totally agree with you. When Christopher Columbus or even the YT people came to this soil, African were already here because Africans were traveling the world, right? They made a home in every part of the world. And so, yes, Black people were here before them. And after some times, they may feel the right to call themselves indigenous to the land. And I understand that to some degree. I do. But we have to understand that we were travelers. We're people who traveled the world. Okay. Um, so let's try to understand each other instead of arguing. Thank you so much, Nikisha. I do like your point of view. I think David, you're next.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Um, my name is David Hutchin, and I'm 66 years old. From the sound of the panel, I'm probably the only person that is of this age. The thing that I want to point out that we are all brothers and sisters, and we are not divided. We are separated. And the first question people ask is, or the first question that somebody asks, "How did you get here?" And then we reply like we was here, we was already here when the other settlers came over. When they got off the ships and whatever, the first thing we say is that we was already here, and that was true. But the only thing is, you all don't know how we was already here. People we are under this assumption that we came over here on slave ships. That is so wrong. And and the next thing is, we have been indoctrinated with whitewash history that when we came over here, the Africans I'm talking about, we came over here in shackles and chains, and then we bowed down to the white to the white to the white tea people. That's also a lie. The magnitude of slavery that they have taught us in America with the Kunta Kinte thing and all of that, that never happened. We have never been slaves of that magnitude. And I know somebody's on the panel right now saying, "Oh, I must be crazy." It's because it's in the history books. Yes, it is in the history books that it happened that way. It's in the history books that it happened that way because the Rockefellers brought all of history and presented back to us history the way that they wanted to read out. Now, first, first I want to tell you all how we was here already when everybody else showed up. If you take the map of the what is so-called Pangea, you will see on the map of Pangea that every continent broke away from Pangea.
No,
During bad weather, storms, or whatever caused it, the country of Pangea um, to break apart into the seven continents that we have today.
no humans existed
Wait,
during
wait, wait, wait,
Pangea.
wait, hold on, young man, please let me finish. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to imagine the continent of Pangea. I want you to put your thumb on the continent of Africa, and then look at all the other continents that broke away from what we call Pangea, okay? Now, right quick, close your eyes like puzzle pieces. Put those pieces, put those continents back to the landmass that you have your thumb on. That landmass is going to be Africa. You will not find a piece of puzzle that is going to say Pangea. It's Africa.
Okay.
And this is what happened. With those, see, we was taught that Africa was the motherland. Well, see, that's wrong teaching. Africa was known as the mother of many lands, and that's where you have everything. That's where everything else arrived from. And when we see this in history, we even have America looking like it's larger than Africa. Right today, even after all of the breaking away from it was another thing. As a matter of fact, about 6 months ago, Africa split again. So sooner or later, we're gonna have another brand new continent in this world or on this planet. But when you when you start when you start piecing everything back together, and you realize that Africa was the mother of many lands, that's going to include North America, South America, Asia, so on and so on. That
But
is how we got here. We got here through just say for instance, it was a real bad storm, and a part of America drifted off to somewhere else. And when we awake the next morning after everything has settled, we got a we got a big piece of our continent broken off, but it's settled somewhere else. But that's what happened to Africa.
someone else talk, please.
Go ahead.
I'm just confused. What does Pangea got to do with you being indigenous? Pangea happened 300 million years ago. Humans
There
didn't
was no
even
such see there was no such thing ever as the Pangea, because see, in the beginning, in the beginning of creation, there was only one landmass.
humans didn't exist during Pangea.
And that landmass was Africa. Plain and simple.
Yes, but
That
humans didn't exist during
that
Pangea, so
landmass.
that doesn't even matter what happened in Pangea. Humans weren't even existing during that time, so that really doesn't matter.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right. So that's the reason that there was no such thing as a landmass called Pangea. Now listen to what I'm saying. You are right. The only way that you could get the land, it was during the creation story. You see, Africa was the land that was made with the sun, the moon, and the stars. And that one earth was Africa. And then with the splittage of Africa, that's how we got the other continents. And we are all brothers and sisters under the creator. And now when it comes to creation, the one landmass, that was from heaven. And then it was occupied. And now and I want to tell you all one more thing. I want to tell you how that we as black people got in the predicament that we are in. But first, I'm going to let you know why we can't get along as brothers and sisters. When the French and the English colonizer went into Africa and started teaching them their history and their way of life, what that did to Africa, that made us look bad to Africa because for you all who have came from Africa to over here, the first lecture you probably got how the black peoples over here, kill each other. I mean, unalive each other and gain violence, and we are lazy. We don't want to do nothing. We don't want to have, nothing in life. You are taught that even before you all get on the airplane to come to America, and that is no more than a lie than anything else is. That the people have came up with just to degrade the black man, whether you are from Spain because you were there first, whether you're from England, we were there first, whether you were from Asia, Antarctica, or wherever we are from, we were there first because The only thing that walked this planet in the beginning were the Black Queen. The Black Queen was the first person to walk on this planet. And we have been so misconstrued that we have even taken the honor and the privilege away from her. And so when we
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
David,
you, sir. That was a great speech. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Amen.
I definitely agree
I'm
with
sorry.
all that you said.
hey Taj, can I abbreviate some stuff that David was saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I'm okay, what he was saying about Africa before it was Africa was called Oblivion.
Akubalite.
Yeah, Oblivion. Yeah, it
But
means the
see,
mother
but
of mankind.
wait a minute, hold on. I mean, I know where you're finna go with this. Let me say this, and then I'll let
Abalone.
you talk.
Yeah,
See, when the
Avalon.
word Akubalite came, when the word Akubalite came along, that was a word made up in the Arabic language. I know where you're going. But
Okay.
see, but see, when you go to these different languages like Arabic, Greek, and and Hebrew, and all of those different names, those are names that have been whitewashed to give a language to a language that they will never understand. The only true language that is on this planet, it was the language that the black man put on this language, and that language is the Mathanatta. And there is everything else is a copy or a pretense for a message to get out.
Okay,
And
let me ask you a question, Mr. David. Do you believe that um African Americans, black, whatever you want to call it, are they indigenous to America?
like I explained, yes, we are Americans. You see, we are not African Americans. We are American Africa. We broke
Okay.
our continent broke away from Africa, and then some. Let's give a time span, okay?
I see
Let's
what
say
you're saying. Okay, I see what
let's
you're
say
saying.
from the time that America broke away from Africa, right? Let's say a 1,000,000 year time span, and finally someone by the name of Americana is sailing out in the ocean. He done got lost. In his first stop, or the first place he docked was this land called America, where the people that he saw was black. And now this opened up the door for
I
him
was
to
just
take the honor of naming this land mass after him. So America was here, but was occupied by African people, which Americana land on the shore, and then named it after himself. Same with Africa itself. See, Africa was known as Akubaland, and but when Africana landed on Africa, he put it he named Africa after his name, and so on and so on. This have always been our land, every every ever since from the beginning of time, when when human life when human life when
I'm so
David,
confused, man. Can someone else stop, please? I'm confused.
David, David, listen. We are not arguing, we as Africans, right? We are not arguing that the land does not belong to you all. We are not the problem in this
No,
picture.
no, no. He's saying, oh, stop that. Nope, we're not going to do that. He's saying that it is that we are one and the same people. It just
Okay.
happened to break away from Africa, right? This
All
is
right.
nature doing this. And then
Okay.
it became two different pieces of land. But at one
Mhm.
point, it was one land. We were one people on one land.
Wait, yeah, but
yeah,
host, during that time,
Oh, okay.
host,
Okay.
host, yeah, but during that time when the
Okay.
Pangea happened, that's 300 million years ago. Humans didn't even exist. So it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
So whatever, like, it doesn't make sense.
How you think you got here, son?
Yeah, I don't understand how people didn't exist, but whatever. That's a whole
Three
different
hundred
topic.
million years ago, humans didn't exist.
How do you know that?
Oh my God. That's literally 300 million years ago. Humans only existed.
Well, how do you know that?
How do I know that?
The way
Because,
you
Yeah.
know
Because
that,
that is almost the same
the way
years
you
as
know
the
that
Earth,
is
right?
because
It's
you
the
Homo
same,
listen
it's
to
sapiens
almost
Adam
the
and
same
Eve
age as
story.
the Earth.
because
Wait,
Homo
Exactly.
sapiens
So if the Earth was
no,
here
listen.
3 million years ago, how is people not here?
300 million years ago,
The way
that's when the
you know
dinosaurs were
that
around. They're
is
not
because
here.
he
Humans.
believed in the
Oh
Adam
my
and
Humans are not
God.
Eve
here.
story.
All
And
right.
humans are only 300 to 400,000 years old.
Praise who?
That's not true.
That's
That's
how
not
old
true.
humans are.
Praise
No,
who?
Homo
it's
Said
sapiens
who?
was
true.
Who
literally
said that?
That's
Who said that?
Smithsonian
The planet
records.
we
That's
Homo
live
not
on,
sapiens.
true.
young
Humans are
man,
Homo sapiens. We're only
the
like
planet
three
we
to
live
like
on is
400,000 years
4
old.
billion
Okay,
years
that's your
old.
belief. I don't.
That's what
We don't all believe
Our
the same thing.
planet, wait, hold on a minute. Our planet that we live on is
bro. That's
guesstimated at about 4 billion years old. So now you can talk age spreads, anything from a day to 1,000 years, from 1,000 years a day. Because if you look up any science book right now, it'll tell you that America, not America, but the
humans
planet
are
that we're
only
on is
400,000 years old.
is 4 billion years
400,000
old.
years old. Literally, that's 400,000. That's how old humans are.
Yeah, but
That's
We are
the
four.
well,
Come
you,
on, bro.
We
hold
are
on,
That's
4
Homo
billion
sapiens
hold on,
sapien.
years
Come
old.
on.
hold on. Let me say something. The problem with that is you're not relying on your own numbers, and that's a guesstimate. Just like they used to believe a long time ago that the Earth was flat.
Okay, man. Can you please bring a study that says
That's a
we're,
guess.
we're way older?
I don't have to
Can you
bring
bring
a
the
study,
study?
but
We could,
that's a guesstimate. Just like we
Oh my
can
just
you?
God.
like
Okay,
we
can
can-
you bring it
excuse
though?
me, just
You,
like
you
they
want
used
you
to
Are
want
you
a man
saying,
to write it down
man,
for you, and
man,
then
man?
you
Are you
believe
saying,
hold
it,
on.
right?
man,
But you know what?
He
In the
wants the
study,
YT
man,
man to
man,
write it
man?
down
Are
so
you
he can
saying
Yeah,
believe it.
you need
humans
a
are not
man to write it
400,000
down
years
for
old?
you, and then you'll believe it,
and
right?
not only that, you
Man,
need a
are you saying
YT.
humans are
You
not
need a
400,000
YT
years
man
old?
to write it down. So
Let's
see,
see
we're
this.
not
Wait,
taking. Hold on, we're not taking their history because if we look at
man.
anything,
Okay, then bring it. Okay,
excuse me, hold on. Let me say what I say. Russia just opened its vaults. Now, who do you think?
well,
See,
can you?
we
Okay,
believe what
can
we
you provide
believe. What
every?
we
Can you
believe.
provide a source that says
Can you
we
provide a
not?
source? There are
Can you
arguments about how
provide?
old.
Can you?
Excuse me. Let me
Can you
finish.
please
There are
provide we
arguments. Of,
at
let me
400 million years
finish.
old?
You can't overtalk me. They are
I was
open.
talking first.
They are very. Let me say this. No study agrees with
That
any
person
study.
is an entertainer.
Can you
No.
bring a source that says we're
All right,
400 million years
hold
old?
on, hold on, hold
Well,
on. Relax. We're not
wait a
gonna.
minute, y'all.
Let me
Let me.
finish saying what I'm saying. There are no specific
May I
sources
bring
because
the source?
every study gives you a different number. And since
Can you
we are
give me
the
a
oldest
a
people,
number?
no, I'm not going to go. You Google it yourself. There is no consensus on that. And if you
No,
know science, no, if you know
no,
science,
let
you
me
know
give it
there's
to
not.
him.
There is
I'm
no
not,
consensus on how
wait a
old
minute,
the
people.
Earth is.
Please, so let me give it
Now,
to him.
I'm gonna
I'll
bring
give
my
him
source.
the
You bring your
source.
source. How about that?
No, I can
Let
Okay,
bring
me
let,
give you
hold
the
on.
source.
sources. It doesn't
I'll bring my
matter.
source. You bring your source.
Okay,
We
okay.
go source
Give
to
me
source.
one moment. Give me one moment. I want to let.
Manny, it doesn't matter. We can
We
put
can go
all
source to
I'd
Okay,
like to
source.
Miss
speak with the
G
host.
and everybody else, give me one moment, please. Thank you. So I want to let.
This is David,
I want
host.
to let
I would like to
David.
speak with you.
Yeah, I want to let Mr. David go ahead and land his plane. Please go ahead and wrap it up, and then I'll let and then I'll let I am go, and then after I am, you can go. Me.
Okay,
Okay,
you said D.
okay,
Did you
host.
say me? When
No,
am
no,
I
no,
supposed to
no,
go?
no, no, David, David.
All right. So when do I go?
Let him wrap it up.
All right. So I know.
Okay,
Need to know.
hold on. There's two people ahead of you, Miss D.
Okay,
They've
no
been waiting.
problem. No
Okay,
problem.
go ahead,
Okay,
David.
okay. This is the way I want to give the young man
Wrap it up
the,
for us, please.
the receipts that he need. I don't know. I don't know if you will do it or not, but this exact conversation that we are having, I have this conversation already sorted out, but it's on my Facebook page, and I was wondering if I gave you my Facebook page, would you go there?
Mira, you can go too. Just give me a second. Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
Okay, my name is David
Yeah.
Hudson.
No, I was talking to Almira, not you.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. Finish up. Go ahead. I was just making a comment to her. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want you to go ahead and land your plan, David.
okay. Will you allow me to give you my Facebook page?
Sure.
Okay, my name is David Hutchins, HUTCHINS, Bethany, BETHANY. And the reason that I want to do this, I wanted to show you what I'm talking about. I want to give this young man the receipts.
You want to show it to me specifically, or just people on the
No,
platform?
no. I would, if you could put it on the panel, that'll be great.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. I don't have Facebook, so you can go ahead and just send me a message on here.
So, so David, so you're gonna show me a receipt that humans were around doing Pangea, right?
Yes, I am.
Doing Pangea. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, sir.
Yeah, so go ahead and send that to me on this platform. I don't think we can share it today unless we like end the live and start it over.
Do anybody
but
on the panel have a extra phone?
Facebook, yeah. Yeah, anybody else who he can send this information to that can show it to us on the panel? Anyone? All right, no, that's a no. All right, thank you, David. Anyways, just send it to me on this platform if you can, and then I'll share it next time we go live. It's always going to be the same topic for a while, and yeah, we'll share it next time. And I hope you come back so that you can see your results. All right, so go ahead and speak. Please answer the question on the panel and then express your opinion.
Okay, thank you, Taj. So are Black people indigenous to America, and why do like African and some Black think like we are different? I mean, this is not my first time talking about why like African people and like African American. I mean, I'm not only like it's the real thing. We don't have to like hide, the truth or something like that. But we have the same ancestry. We have this. We are the same people. However, we divided in some like external factor, like the way we see in now, like after like colonization, everything after they divided us. Before that, we were even the same people. Even African American people, they are from Africa, the motherland. So, but are they like indigenous to American? Yes, they are indigenous to America compared to other race. They were over there already. Some of them are there. However, some of them like took them from Africa. So what I try to say is we are still the same people. We have the same like structure. We are, even though we don't have like the same culture, but we are the same people. This shouldn't have to be like a topic like we're not the same. We're not the same. What is our difference? I don't see our difference. I mean, you guys saying like claiming the culture. We are different because the culture is the thing you adapt. It didn't born with you, like the society you grown up with, like you adapt from like where I can even African, I can adapt Western culture and like I don't have like the same culture with African, so I'm not African. I can't say that. My DNA will tell like I'm from Africa. I'm a mix. I'm indigenous to Africa. That's what like my DNA, my blood, That's what it tells. But like most of us don't recognize like we are different from each other based on what the culture. American, if we see like American, like North American culture, they mostly like the Western culture, like about like they teach you like individualism, American values. Everything is already set up because they brought their own culture from the Western, and when they conquered like North American, so everything is based on their culture or whatever they say, religion, everything. So if we live with America with the white people for so long, like let's say 100, 200, 300, we force it. You know, they force us to adapt their own culture, and we forgot ours. That doesn't define your where you came from or your race. The race is the same. There is one race, the black race. Not only like African American, also like the Indian came from Africa. The other race came from Africa, like after so many century, after so not only century, like millennium, like more than like 10,000 years. Like, you know, the gene will change, like when people are mixed up, when the people like travel. Back in history, we don't have like a limit, you know, people travel, like there is no like boundaries, there is no like geography thing, like just people are migrating from one place to another place. So when that thing happened, they like just like people are mixed and the race gonna be like where it's change, like, you know, they become like maybe the Indian came from Africa, but like later on they mixed with the Persian, the Mesopotamians, and they got like later on they mixed with Western, the British, and they got like this light skin or brown skin. How that changed? We can't deny the fact we are from Africa. You can see like why Africa we don't have any peace, because like the world can't live without Africans. They can't breathe. America like can't live without electronics, and they can't live without like electricity, like in 1 week they can't. That's why they just creating like this division among us. And but when we come to their own history, they just like tag themselves as white people, like as one nation, but they dividing black people into different things, you know. We have to realize that. I'm so happy like African American, indigenous to America, because
They are not indigenous to the Americas.
they are. They've
Can you please prove
been
it?
before the whites, they've been before the Mexican.
Can you please prove it, ma'am?
What
I think indigenous, by indigenous, you mean they've been here long enough to claim that they are.
No, we're Aboriginal, so we don't have to claim it. But I'm
Aboriginals. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're indigenous, whatever term you want to use. What you have to understand is Africans were on every continent, every island before any other people. The anthropologists just tell you that. So if you are so smart and you know your science, you'll know we were everywhere. It's called the Afro-Asiatic.
Will someone please pull up my Facebook page?
What's your Aboriginal, ma'am? What's your Aboriginal culture?
We have not been. We also
Mali.
You ask a source, what source I can give you?
Ma'am, what's your Aboriginal, ma'am?
Y'all need to go one at a time, bro. Can't listen to everybody.
Let him ask me and I will answer.
I'm gonna let her land her plane, because I don't know what Manny is. You know what? We can't go
she
by.
made a mistake about saying Indians are indigenous to Indians came from Africa. Please stop it. Don't spread the rhetoric. We have a listen. Listen. We have a lot of Indian population in Africa. It's not like after 100 years they start claiming indigenous people. We don't want that kind of fake news.
No, I'm saying that. Look, I'm saying.
No, they didn't came from Africa. Indians are not
all people came from Africa.
The Indian, we don't eat chicken masala. We don't eat
please, I can't hear anything.
They took from us, you know, masala is the Ethiopian food.
Damn, I can't hear shit. One at a time.
Someone please pull up my Facebook page.
Okay, let me speak and let me finish just to like few minutes, not minutes.
No. Someone said they're Aboriginal. Can you please share us your Aboriginal
you know what?
culture?
First of all, my thing is, what is your claim to be on this page?
What's your Aboriginal?
Are you a foundational black person?
No, I'm not foundational black person. What's your Aboriginal culture?
What is your conversation?
If it wasn't for the black Anunnaki, the black
What's your
race, none of
Aboriginal
us would be
culture?
here. If it were not for the Anunnaki.
You look at.
What's your Aboriginal culture?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Michelle,
Relax, people. Relax.
Man, what's your Aboriginal culture, man?
Can I say this? You
Can
guys
you
are
speak your
quasi-
Aboriginal
no,
language?
Hold on, I am. You guys are quasi-intellectual.
What's your Aboriginal language, man?
You Google any type of scientific
What's your Aboriginal language?
authority. Everything came out
What's
of
your
Africa.
Aboriginal
There
language?
is nothing living. Some people
What's
say
your Aboriginal language, man?
Some people say indigenous. What was your language before you left?
What's your Aboriginal language, man?
Asiatic language. That means
What's your
nothing.
Aboriginal language, man?
Languages
If you
change.
find out whether you can pull up my
No.
Facebook
I want to know your
Languages
Aboriginal cultural
change.
language.
And
What's
I
your
don't even know
Aboriginal
who I'm
tradition?
speaking with.
What's your
First of
Aboriginal
all,
tradition?
if you're not a
Okay, let me
foundational
tell
black
you,
person,
the
you
Aboriginal,
don't
they
language
also have
changes
their own
and adapt.
spirituality.
It don't matter
They
if it
have
changes
their
or
own
not. You're still gonna have a
culture.
language at the end of the day.
Languages change.
It doesn't matter if
Half
it changes
of
or adapts.
half
You're
of
still
the
gonna have a
African-
language at the end of the day. You're not
half of
making
the
sense.
half of the Asiatic Indians.
Ma'am, you're not making sense, ma'am.
Excuse me, I am making sense. Half of the
No, you're
Asiatic
not.
Indians that lived
Even
on
if
this
a
planet.
language changes, you're still gonna have
Their
you're
languages
still
don't
gonna have
exist.
indigenous
Are
language.
you
You're
a
not making sense.
foundational black person?
You are not making sense.
From
That's not part of the topic. Can you
From
please
America?
answer my question?
I can tell by your accent you're
Answer
not.
my question, ma'am.
So I've answered your question.
Answer my question. What is your Aboriginal tradition?
Languages change. You tell me, what was
Oh
your
my
original
God,
language?
you're
Are you speaking
you're so
Arabic?
stupid.
We're not. Relax. Relax.
Right, but he's asking me
It's
what's
okay
your
for us.
original language.
No.
Talking about Aboriginal, she doesn't know nothing about Aboriginals.
Okay,
Man, be
that's
quiet, man.
listen.
I wish you could pull up my Facebook
Relax,
page.
everyone. What we're gonna do? What we're now gonna?
Well, you know what? I gotta
Oh
get.
my-
I don't think if you're not a foundational black person, I don't know why you bringing this conversation up with people that are not. I don't go to their countries and tell them what
I
they
am
are.
not. I am not a foundational
No,
black
no,
person.
no. This platform is open to
with
anybody.
Facebook
who's
on it.
It
black.
is, but I don't think that they should.
Black.
Ma'am, you can drop if you want.
You're
man.
in the diaspora. It doesn't matter where in the diaspora.
We are not. We are not
Right?
foundation American.
Everybody
Oh
should
my
keep
God!
quiet.
Let me talk. Let me
Let us finish.
Y'all let the moderator talk, man.
You
Damn.
guys let me talk. I'm not a moderator.
Uh.
I'm the host. Okay, like you guys need to relax. So this platform is open for anyone who is black, whether they're in the diaspora or from the continent of Africa. Okay, because we're all one people, so we all have the right to speak on
Well,
this
you
topic.
just answered the question. Everybody came out of Africa. Point being. Check
Okay. So okay. So we're all one people, okay? So let's ask each other questions. Do not get personal. Do not get disrespectful, because if you do, I will drop you.
I'd like to make my point.
But ask each other, hold on, let me finish, Ms. D. But ask each other questions respectfully, okay? Do not yell over each other. Do not get aggressive. Do not get argumentative. Just ask the question. Ask a follow-up question. If they didn't answer your first question, learn how to have a discussion and a debate. Do not yell over each other, okay? And for those of you who are watching, please tap the screen, share your point of view, gift the people on here who you learned something from or agree with or disagree with, whomever, and show the platform some love. Come on, you guys, we can do it. Tap the screen. Thank you. All right.
I would like to be.
Ms.
Are
B.
you sure?
Can I say
Are you
something?
sure someone can find an extra phone? I
well,
have to go to Facebook.
I guess you'll have to probably just send that to Taj or do it over. I looked it up, and yes, there were humans around when Pangea existed. But you see, the problem with this, there's umpteen studies. There's no declarative study on any one way. All different scientists have all different opinions as to when they were. And my point is, we all came out of Africa. And if you know anything about archaeologists, they will tell you that when they scratch the surface deep enough, there's no way that they don't find a black person. Now I put it like this: there's roots, there's trunk, and then there's the branches of that particular tree. Do we all come from the same root and the trunk? Yes, we do, but we are many different branches, and some of them have leaves on them. So if they keep talking, they act like they're quasi-intellectuals. Can you see the source? There is no definitive source. There never has been. And anyone that tells you that is not true. All scientists have different, their theories. Their theories on what happened. But we know this point blank. Everything that's walking this population in its human form right now came out of Africa. That ends all the discussion because they all agree on that.
That's absolutely true. Yep. Right.
So, and my whole thing is, yeah, everybody can be welcome, but it's just some topics, I don't know why people can't encompass. I'm going to bring up what Putin just released, which we all know, at least I know, because that's my background. He's so suave. That was such that was some shade upon shade. He just opened the Russian vaults that tell you exactly what Jesus and his mother looked like. And I think they're blackety, blackety, black. But we know that. The Pope prays to a black Madonna and child. So do the Polish people. But if you go by what the history is for the last 450 years, before they started whitewashing stuff, what color is he? So you can't say whose facts are we going to look at, because the whole game just changed. People that actually study and know these things, we've always known that. The Bible tells you what color they were. We know this, but he says that was some shade. He didn't even have to throw no lobs at nobody. In other words, we're showing you what the real Hebrews look like, right?
What does this got to do with the topic? Oh my
What I'm
God.
just trying to tell you is things change in history. That's what it has to do with the topic.
A
So you
Puan
can't
showed
just,
a damn frame that looks like a black person from
excuse
Ethiopia.
Hey, let her finish, bruh. She ain't done.
Right.
don't curse me. You have to talk to me. You know what? You can use.
I didn't curse. I didn't curse at you, man.
But my point being is what it has to do is facts change. We used to believe the earth was flat. Now we know it's round. We used to think the sun, we go around the sun. Facts change, scientific views change. So when you say this, that's why I say you're quasi-intellectuals. Point to where's that source? There is no empirical source. I believe in Christianity. In fact, I don't believe in Christianity because that happened with the Nicene Council in Rome. But I believe in my holy writ. You can believe in what you want to. So, I know what it says. We were never monkeys. There's no evolution. So what I'm trying to tell you is everybody, like I'm gonna tell you what my grandfather said. Everybody has opinion. They're like, what on a body. Everybody's got one. There is no empirical data where one scientist knows more than the other. But we have to know that everything started from the motherland. And that's what it's all pointing to. So we can sit here and argue till the cows come home. That is one thing all scientists believe. So
All right, man. All right, man. Do you believe humans existed 300 million years ago?
Wait. Let's stick on the topic. Let's stop debate.
Thank you. Let's just stick to the topic. For some reason, we went to Jesus and Christ and our beliefs.
Yeah, no religious talk.
I said that's my belief
Religious
system.
talk.
That's
Okay,
what I
hold
know.
on. Okay, Miss D, you touched based on it. We heard it. So let's end it right there.
Yeah, but he's talking about Christianity and the Bible and all, end all that too.
He's not talking about that.
Christianity in the Bible. We really don't care.
I don't want to talk about religion. I don't care who it is. If you mention religion one more time, I'm gonna drop you. Period. Now move on with the subject. Without having to touch base on the religion.
The data is that everything came out of Africa. Everything, there's nothing living that didn't come out of Africa. So when they ask where my point is, I can't bring up where my point is, but you can pick up, hey, it's the best-selling Bible in the world, book in the world. You can find out what you need to find out. So I don't know why we having this is a little petty argument about is this, is that. There's no doubt
That's
about
right.
that. There's no doubt about that.
All right.
Did you know if you had 1% DNA that says African, if you had like 1% that says it, 9 times out of 10, one of your relatives was African? Way back.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Get away from that.
And also, let me just say this real fast, right? There is a famous American scientist and also a researcher whose name is Tom Gray. When he wanted to study about the human species, right? He didn't go to America, he didn't go to Asia, he came to Africa and discovered the oldest bone in Africa from Ethiopia. Is a bone of a lady and she's from Africa. She has the oldest bone in the world.
Lucy.
So her name is Lucy. You can search it up on Google. You can do a research. Yeah, she is the lady with the oldest bone in the world. She's not from America. She's not Caucasian. She's African.
Right.
If she has, let me finish. If she has the oldest bone in the world, then if these people are claiming that they are indigenous, nobody comes from Africa, why don't they have the oldest bone in the world? Why is the oldest bone found in Africa from an African lady? And also, let's speak on the topic. Why do some Africans and some Black people think that they are different people. I just want us to stick on the topic, because if we all go off topic, we keep on repeating same thing in the cycle, right? So
Right.
let's stick on the topic here.
And as a
So,
foundational black person,
Yeah, but anyway,
I'll
yeah,
tell you
that's
wait,
what.
true.
I'm coming. Let me finish. Let me
As a
finish. I
foundational
won't
black
interrupt
person,
you.
we're taught
Let
that
me just finish
we
then.
were, excuse me, we were taught to think that
Oh
we
my
were
God,
different,
Who
that there
who
was
is
a difference.
speaking? Who is
I
It's
speaking?
am.
D. It's
I
D
am.
speaking again.
D, just wait. I finish, please.
Yeah, can you just let her finish?
Let
Can
me
you
finish.
shut up?
Yeah.
I
So
might
based
say one more thing on what the young lady is speaking on about the black bone that was found, the oldest bone in the world.
Y'all,
okay.
her
The
chance
thing.
to finish what she
Wait,
was
hold on
saying.
just a
If
second.
everybody would just wait and go in line,
The thing that I
that
want
was
you
so
all to
unfair
know
to
about that
Mara.
is, wait, hold on a second. The thing I want you all to know about that is when life first came into existence, it came into existence through the black woman. And I did a lecture on the black woman is God. And what the lecture is about is telling you how the black woman was the first person to walk the planet and how she was able to procreate life without the use of a man.
David, let me
What?
just finish. Like, you all have been interrupting me. Like, I've just when I just make a speech, you all just interrupt me. And so let me just finish my speech. I give you all the platform to speak, right? So to me, I believe that the reason why Africans and Americans, like the Black Americans, are not on the same ground is based on what they see on the media. Like, there's a lot of division within Americans and Africans. Yeah. And also, a lot of Americans will tell you that they are indigenous to America. You understand? It's true. Yeah, there are some Americans that are indigenous to America, right? But you also cannot erase the fact that some of my ancestors was enslaved and was also taken to America. Because if you go to the New North Museum in North Castle, right, you will see some African architect that was stolen from Nigeria and is there in the museum. And that architect, I think it was the history of Idia from Benin Kingdom in Nigeria. So if you are saying that some Africans were not taken to America, it's as if you all are erasing our history, that my ancestors was colonized and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of similarities between Africans and Black America. I don't know where the division is coming from, though. We have to stick together, love each other, because at the end of the day, we are like, African is African, American is American, Black America is Black Americans, right? We should love each other. We should see things from a different perspective and try to understand each other. And also, African
Okay,
is very
okay, so
unique.
let me
Coming, let
say
me
this
just say
to
this,
you.
then you can speak. Let me just say this, you can
Wait a
speak
minute, hold
before I
on just
finish.
one minute.
do not
Let
stop
me
her
just
from
say this.
talking because you keep doing that and it's so rude. Let her finish talking and then go.
All right, thank you very much, man. So Africa is so unique. They discover a new DNA in Africa, which is called the ghost DNA, and that DNA was being discovered from Nigeria and Sierra Leone. And so, scientists are still doing research on how there is a ghost DNA. That means that DNA comes from another species of human being that haven't even been discovered, and they are still trying to do a lot of research on this. That is to tell you how unique Africans are. You feel me? So I don't think there's any need for us to divide. And also, I want to thank you for this platform, right? You are creating a platform for us to communicate and understand each other. You are doing a great job. I want to say thank you and peace be upon you and your household, sister. I appreciate
Okay,
you.
now, host, may I get you to pull up something on Google? I would like for you to pull up white immigrants.
Go ahead, brother.
I would like for you to pull up white immigrants who arrived. Now, white immigrants were Africans who arrived in America during the slave trade, during the slave trade. White
Repeat the
immigrants,
question again. Repeat the question
white
again, brother.
immigrants,
Mm-hmm.
white immigrants who damn, Now, white immigrants were Africans who arrived in America during the slave trade.
I still don't get your why Africans who are traveling to Americans during the
No,
slave trade.
white immigrants were Africans who arrived in America during the Atlantic slave trade, or just
I still
slave
don't.
trade.
Can someone please break it down for me? I still don't understand.
I don't know what I don't know what he's talking
I don't know.
about.
Apparently, he's trying to say that like there was some white immigrants that are Africans that came to these Atlantic trade, whatever. Right? Is that
I'm
what
going
you're
to show
trying to
you
say?
who came up on the boat.
You can bring up the Portuguese. We know about the Portuguese.
If you
We
could
know
pull
that
up white
England sent
immigrants
people here. We know England sent people.
were the Africans who arrived in America during the Atlantic slave trade.
All right, so what's the point of looking that up?
The point of looking it up, the young lady said that she don't think that none of her people, she don't think that. Well, she said she feel that it were some of her people who came to America as slaves.
No, brother, that was not my point. I said, I know there are some indigenous black people that are Americans. Listen to what I said. There are some indigenous black people that are Americans, but it doesn't change the fact that some Africans was taken to American as slave. And I can give you an example of that. Number one, we have Samuel Ajayi Crowther, who was taken as slave during the slave era, and he was later returned to Africa back as a bishop, and he translated the English version, which is the King James version of the Bible, into Yoruba, which is the Nigerian language. And we also have Adulai Ramen, who was also taken as slave until the former US President John Quincy or whatsoever released him. He served in America for good 40 years as slave. So we have thousands of Africans that was taken as slave, but it doesn't change the fact that they are some indigenous people
sweetheart, it
that
wasn't.
are indigenous to the land.
It wasn't. No, you are reading whitewash history, and if y'all can pull that up,
no, you can check it on Google. You have Google.
Like every
I
time
was taught in history class in Nigeria that Samuel Ajayi Crowther, everybody knows him. If you go to the Nigerian Museum, you will see his artifacts there, right? They made picture of him and everything, who was taken as slave trade. And he was the one that translated the English version to the Yoruba. Up to today, we have the Yoruba version of the Bible, brother. You have your phone with you, right? Do a little research about it. Prove me wrong. I'm here. I'm still here. If you can prove me wrong, okay. But you cannot, because that is a fact. Search it on Google. Anywhere you can see it. There's Samuel Ajayi Crowther, a Nigerian man taking a slave who become a bishop.
You know what I like to do? Let's talk with sources. Instead of like blathering a bunch of
Mali,
shit.
you asking about the source?
Let's talk
The
about
source has been
sources.
who's writing the source?
It doesn't matter who writes it or not. These people study in these fields.
The
They wrote it
Google
down. It doesn't
won't
matter
tell
what
you
color,
the
what
exact
country they're from.
history, like
What are you
the
talking
source.
about?
You are asking source.
Well, yeah, sources, yeah, evidence.
The source
That's
is
what I'm asking for.
controlled. You
It
don't.
doesn't matter
If you write like
it doesn't
source
matter
about
who
African,
controlled
they're
it or
gonna
not.
like block it.
It doesn't matter. They wrote
Why
it down.
does it matter?
They studied
Why?
it, especially in this field.
We don't have
Can
a
y'all
voice,
speak one at a time, please? Come on now.
Like what
No,
the heck?
I'm talking to
These
him. He
people
asking
were.
about source.
These people are
But source
educated in
is
these
like
fields. They
you
wrote it
can't
down.
get source.
They
You
documented
can't.
everything. What are you talking about?
You can't get source. Where do you get the
Okay,
source
here's
from?
one. These people are educated in these
That's
fields.
that's
They wrote
that's
it
a good
down.
point. That's a good point, love.
What are you talking about?
Can you put that information on the big
So
screen?
You have to like
Oh
I mean,
my
some
God.
people have a knowledge and some people have educate themselves, and only Google will tell you like 2%
Oh my God.
facts.
Here
Okay,
goes
they
again.
don't tell you the whole fact.
Oh,
You have
great.
to know this.
Okay, then pull up your facts. Then pull up your facts instead of just
My
blathering.
fact is my brain
peace to the
and my
panel.
ancestry
Pull up your
already wrote
facts.
on the wall, and
So
I
I,
believe in
so are you,
that.
so are you saying we're supposed to believe what you're saying with no backup or evidence or facts?
So what you
What
what
if
you
it,
saying? We supposed
That
to
doesn't
believe
make
what
any
if I
they
sense.
just
say?
write these things with a fact, with a primary source
Yes,
and
primary
with
source, yes,
secondary
citation.
source,
Give us a
they
citation.
don't
Yes, there
let
you go.
you speak. They just shut you
I
down.
am. I am.
Uh-huh.
I can
Hey,
give you
Give us
sources.
give us a
I can
citation.
give you
Yeah.
sources. of Asian people,
We all
of
went to school.
Africans
We all
being
went to school,
amputated
and
That's the
by their
problem.
colonizers.
how to do a
You have to
presentation.
That's the
conclude
Our
problem.
you
source.
have to like you have your own conclusion of what they teach you.
Ma'am, listen, ma'am. We all went to school and we all taught how to present a
School is a
presentation.
lie. What
Now,
about
okay,
school
now
is a
school is a
lie?
lie.
School
Oh
is
my fucking
the
god.
school is
This is
depend on their
hilarious.
own curriculum. They
Thank,
don't
thank
teach
you.
the
I,
right history.
I am. Thank you. I am.
This is
Have anybody
hilarious.
pulled that up yet?
School is a lie and fake. Everything on those archaeologists,
Okay,
scientists, the
okay,
Albert
okay,
Einstein, the Pythagoras
okay.
theorem,
School is
everything is a lie. They didn't
so.
they
Facts.
didn't invent
So
anything.
you saying you will not go to school
Facts.
because you think somebody
Facts.
told you it's a lie? You won't go to
Yeah,
college?
it's a lie.
Facts.
It's a lie.
So
I don't believe in the school.
so
School
you
is
No,
a
won't go to
lie.
you
college?
go to school. Listen,
So
I
So you
graduated
won't go
college.
to college? So you
School.
won't graduate?
Yeah,
Oh my
they
god.
lie.
They
They
also
lie to you. They
understand what
didn't
they're
know.
teaching me is nonsense.
They
Listen,
didn't. They
you
didn't
can
know
go to
about what
school.
the Pythagorean theorem is. Like
This,
they just
this
bring
is
out in
hilarious.
18th
Yeah.
You can
century.
go
But
to
as
school and
Africa,
still have an understanding that what they're teaching you is nonsense.
Oh my
that's
god.
yeah,
and that's the most
They
important
pulled
part.
it up.
That's the
I
most
actually
important
did.
part to understand what these European
Craig.
education systems are. Hey, can I add something to the conversation, host?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't think that
Yeah.
the European, don't think that the European brought
It's a
the
Western. It's a Western. It's a Western.
Dolly,
Westernized
just
dominated.
don't interrupt me, sir.
So
I'm
what books do
sorry.
you guys read then? I mean, all
Wait,
Yeah.
books.
Manny,
So
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Manny,
Let
let me
That's so
Alamir.
finish.
funny.
Give me
Let
one
me
second,
finish,
guys.
guys.
So you
Let
telling me you guys
Alamir
don't
go
read
ahead.
books? So you
Almir,
guys
go
don't read?
ahead and
Yeah,
So you
speak.
guys don't read?
thank you very much, ma.
and
And
then
then
Godly after her.
Listen,
and then
right?
Godly after that.
So apparently
Yeah,
these people don't read at all because it's
Manny,
whitewashed.
Oh my
Manny,
God. Okay,
Manny.
hold on, hold
why
on.
we read fake history? We don't need fake history to be read about. What are you gonna learn from it? Lies. They lie
Hold
to
on.
you.
Let
You
me
learn
They
let
history
say
then. Where
Alamir.
did you
everything is
learn your history?
lie.
Okay, where did you learn your
We've been
history then?
existing like our history, like
Okay,
existing
where
more
did you learn
than
When
your
you
history?
not
1,000 years
engage
ago.
with
They
I mean, you
tell you
gotta.
only we never even exist. They don't
I
even
mean, you
think
gotta
we
learn it from
exist
someone. What you
today.
know, right? Where'd you learn your history then?
The history.
listen, we're not here to argue.
Yes.
Just stop
I will
going back
use
and forth. Let
their
Alamir.
education. I will
Okay,
use
okay,
some
I
of
okay.
their
am.
Reading,
like
right?
as
Going
a
to school, right? Going
brainstorm,
to
but
school.
I don't agree with it.
Ma'am, you really just contradicted yourself. You said education is false, this and this, and now you're
Yeah,
saying that like you got your.
yeah, you
You
educate
just said.
yourself. Education
You
is
just
lie.
said. Oh my
I mean,
god.
what they're saying is the scientist, the professor, everything is a lie. The
So
theory,
I
they
so
teach you
I am.
theorem,
Oh my god,
theory.
this is so
Everything is a
funny.
So
theory.
I am. I'm rocking with you. But the host wants us to get
Let
some
me
decorum so we
finish.
can get
Let
some
me finish.
conversation in.
Let me finish, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can
I'm
you
about to
guys
let you understood
stop?
in the foreplay. I was helping you out.
Let me finish.
They
I
tell
You guys
wasn't
are so
done.
rude to me.
yeah,
I'm about
school
to
is
stop.
a lie. We have to know that.
Hold on. Listen, I am. You guys are so rude
So
that I'm about to start being rude to you guys. Even those who I have respected for a long time and been my friend on this platform. Like, let's not disrespect, okay? Listen, let Alamir go ahead and talk to IM. Don't make it
Okay.
long, please.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
when we're done, Godly can go.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much, ma. What I want to tell you is this, right? Before the European colonized Africans, right? We are living very well, okay? Our people learned how to do mummification on their own. Our people learn their spirituality on their own without relying on anything called school. So you people don't think that these people brought school to Africa. That is why we are educated. We have been educated since the one. My ancestors lived for thousands and billions on earth in this planet without necessarily depending on school or doing exams or whatsoever. And they live perfectly where they were able to build the architect before the invention of schools or whatsoever. So we Africans are educated. So if you will see an African that, like me, I'm not educated, right? I stopped school when I was in grade 6 or whatsoever, but I can still read and spell because my mother taught me what I need to know. In Africa, we love doing business. You see a lot of people, they don't even go to school, but when it comes to street smart, book smart, you see a lot of people that are Yahoo boys from Nigeria, they're not even educated. It takes your mindset to be successful. You don't have to go to school to be successful. Don't let anybody deceive you. Life is different from school. In fact, in school, they don't even teach you how to be successful. Okay, you have to learn whatever you have to learn from society. Doesn't mean you have to go to school for you to be this. They have a lot of graduates in this world today, and they are still jobless.
And
So
that's
let's
what
not
she's saying. That's what she's saying. That's what I am saying. She's saying the same thing.
Yeah, I'm arguing against money. I'm talking
Yeah,
against money.
okay,
I was
ma'am.
money. Wait, I
Okay,
am
go ahead.
arguing
I'm gonna
against
respond
you.
after you.
Wait,
I don't know
let
why.
me finish. I'm arguing against you based on the fact that you say that school is. You don't need to go to school to become something.
What the
My
hell is
ancestors
going
didn't
on?
go to school. They were able to preserve their language, write
I
their
am.
language, and
I
do
don't know why.
everything on
Hold
their
on.
own.
I am. I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, cool.
Yes, yes.
It works now. Okay.
Are you done?
Man, we already know what you're gonna say.
I'm
We
gonna
already know
respond
what
back
you.
to you.
Okay. Okay.
I'm responding back
Hold
to you.
on. Let's be fair. It's Godly's turn. Go ahead, Godly. Please answer the question. Please answer the question on the platform, and then rebuttal anyone else you want to rebuttal or whatever you want to say.
Okay. To the first question on the yes, the so-called black people in America, but so-called black Americans are mostly indigenous to the Americas. They were on those lands long before that. They still have families that still living on the land, and if you look at it historically, those people have been the ones that built America up. They've been the one that America has been capitalizing on from the onset of this government that's here. So you can't have America. There's no other people on these lands that have done any great things in history that's documented outside the so-called Black Americans. No other group of people have. So and why do some Africans and some Black people think they are different people? That's because they are. And I'm not saying in a bad way, but they are. Our histories are different. Our families are different. We come from two different continents. Our cultures are different. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Do you believe at one point that they did come from Africa? Long ago?
Me personally, I don't like to argue the origin story because there's no way really to prove one way or the other. So I like to stick with the fact that my family descend from here. All the documentations, all my history, all my culture, and the things that we accomplish here and things that we do are totally different than that they do over there in Africa. So I believe that we come from these lands that we're on.
Cool. That's pretty cool, Godly. I got a few questions for you. Can you what's your tradition? Your indigenous your tradition in the America.
That's a great question you asked, Manny. Because let's first start off with the fact that they subjugated our people to a whole lot of evil and hateful things, including unaliving us for practicing our ancestral cultures and heritage. But the most beautiful thing about the so-called Black Americans is that we continue to create culture. We continue to ascend and build and make great things that the entire world emulates and copy. So our cultures is the ones that you see people dressing like, you see people emulating, trying to sing like, trying to dance like, trying to move like. Yeah. Those are cultures that we created because we, from the very beginning, have been trendsetters. We have been cultures creators. Our ancestors created the ones that they took, and we're still in those bloodlines to this day, still recreating those things and emulating them. So.
Right. So again, I know you lost me when I asked you the tradition thing. So what happened to it again?
Well, just like I said,
your oral story.
I don't have to. You're not lost on it from the very top. I told you what colonization is, right?
Yeah, I mean everyone gets colonized.
So there's no group of people on this planet has been more colonized than the so-called Black Americans.
The Indians from India.
So if that's the case, I am the Indians, but you're talking about the Native Americans. So if you're gonna let me respond, you asking questions, so let me respond. You're talking about so you're talking about the Native Americans, right? If they was as colonized as we were, why are they still parading around in certain attires and having powwows and speaking languages?
Bro, because you said I asked you what happened to the
you're not even, bro. You know what, man? I'm not going back and forth with you, bro, because you're not even asking questions to hear answers.
I have a question for you. Will you be able
to
answer?
Thank you. Have a genuine question, man. You don't have one. You want to answer your own questions.
You want to answer your own question, and you didn't even answer.
Can you answer it?
Yeah.
You said you got
said it again. Said it again, love. Man, I'm done with you, bro. You want to answer your own question, so talk to yourself, bro.
Why are you running away from it?
Yeah, I'm listening to you. But he's talking over you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Brother.
I feel like I can't move away from the platform. I gotta sit here and babysit y'all.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that. But Amira she had a question. I'm willing to answer it if she asked me a question.
Yeah, ask him about his language too.
I
Guess what he's gonna
totally
say?
agree.
He's gonna say he got colonized. What happened to your language? He's gonna say he
Okay,
got colonized.
Manny, hold on. I got a question for Manny real quick. Manny, where are you from?
Okay, ma.
Huh?
I'm from Tanzania.
Okay, beautiful.
The flag's right there. Yeah, Tanzania. The flag
Right. So you're not even from the Americas, bro. You've been and you only know about us from what these people told you, and they just explained to you. That's the danger. That's the danger with you. That's the danger with you reading about a person's history and not listening to
It
people
sounds
that's
like
from
he
that
lived
land.
in America and he went to school out here.
Yeah, I went to school and I know the American history. So please
Okay.
don't come up with
So
that.
okay, then that's not the same.
That's not the same. Okay, bro.
Manny, here's the thing, Manny. Ask a question. Let the person answer it. Do not
He didn't
rebuttal
even answer
them.
it. He was making his.
Why you kept cutting him off? I can hear
You cut me off when I'm answering,
all
bro.
the way from my kitchen. I can hear you talking. Stop.
Host. No, what I asked him is what happened to your tradition, what's it called, indigenous language, or all of that. He said he got colonized. That's why he lost it. Are you kidding me? Everyone in the world got colonized.
And that's fine. Listen, you cannot tell people what they're saying is a lie. No.
Like I said, you want to talk to yourself, man. You want to talk to
sense,
yourself,
bro.
Can I talk to him? Can I talk to him real quick? Listen, you cannot say what the hell. Ask a follow-up question, okay? Oh, that's what
He
you
said the
think?
same
Okay.
thing. He said he got colonized.
Well, if he says you're gonna say okay, fine. We're not here to argue. Stop and do not disrespect anyone. Do not discredit anyone, okay? Because they can do that right back to you. It's a two-way street on the planet Earth, okay? So stop that and stop
God,
cutting
I
people
have a
off.
question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So you talk about a whole lot of people and Asians like doing the Black American cultural thing, right? Is that what you said? I don't want to get your question twisted. Is that what you said?
Re-ask it because I didn't hear you clearly. So give me on the
Okay.
same
I
basis.
said you made a statement, right, that they have got a lot of people like Asians and Africans and people like that doing the American culture. Is that what you said?
What I'm saying is that the things that we've created, the cultures that we created, are being copied across the world. So you had Haitians and other in places, Africa's and other places do. They emulate, they dress like us, they dance, they
So
participate in
do you realize that braid started from Africa? And you people are doing braid. Americans do braids more than African. And we have never told you people that why are you people stealing our culture or whatsoever. Also, mathematics, yes, the arithmetic calculation in mathematics started from Africa. It originated from Egypt. And we have never told anybody why are you people doing mathematics in school is our culture or whatsoever. We have never said that culture is meant to be shared. We have a lot of American celebrity open on Afrobeat, which was created by Nigerians.
Thought
And
you
we
had a
have never
question.
once said, yeah, that was my question. So
Yeah,
if
but
you are complaining,
you interjecting your question with a lot of emotional based stuff. First of
let
all,
me ask you the question. Let me ask
first
you
of
the
all, first of
question.
all,
My question is
he
this,
asked
right?
yeah, go ahead.
Wait. My question to you is this, brother, and I thank you for being polite. My question to you, brother, is this. If you say that Asians and everybody are doing your emulating your culture, why are you guys also emulating the African culture, which is braiding, because it's actually originated from us? That is my question to you.
Well, to answer your question, is first to start off because I was responding to his questions. I wasn't attacking anybody's contribution to anything, or was I saying that people? And I wasn't saying that people can't utilize our culture. I'm saying that he
like
asked
saying,
us.
why are you driving cars? That's
Hold on, hold on, sister. So you asked he asked what our culture was, so I explained what our culture was, but I also wanted to remind him that the impact that our culture that we've created have
tradition. I said tradition.
have influenced the world.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
He's gonna lie on me. I'm not allowed.
Don't interrupt him.
I said tradition. That's a difference. Culture.
We still doing our traditions to this day, bro. Like that's part of our culture.
What is tradition?
Our traditions is creating cultures, creating things, bringing our people together. Yeah. So like I was saying,
In all honesty, that is part of their tradition, though. They do create cultures.
Can I say
Thank you.
something?
Hold on, because he didn't let me finish answering her question because I was trying to I was trying to sum up what I said to him so I can get to her question.
Okay.
The braiding thing, that's up in the air because our indigenous people been braiding hair since the very beginning. I'm saying before they brought these this artificial hair and different things like that they brought
Box
into our
braids, box braids, box braids.
Can I
Those are
finish,
like
bro?
implemented box
Can I
braids,
finish?
bro. We're talking about
You
specific
learn
hair
it.
braiding type.
Go read a
Specific
book, bro.
Godly,
like box
godly.
braids.
There is this braid that is reigning in America, right? It is called the Koroba braids. A lot of Black Americans are doing this braid. It's
I mean, but
actually
that's the. I mean, but that's
What about Vikings? They braided their hair.
yeah.
They didn't
Nakisa.
cornroll their hair.
Yeah, but the Vikings
Nakisa.
are not doing box braids. They're not doing a specific type
And they're
of
not
hair.
called box braids.
They're not
Exactly.
They're not doing a specific
They're
type
not
of
doing
hair
box
braid
braids.
that comes from
Even
Africa.
cornrows.
That's different.
Cornrows
They're
is
cornrows,
That's the
you
difference.
know, because
cornrows is
Get
an
the difference
African
when it comes
style
to
of
braiding.
braiding.
some less
First
slaves
of all,
came from
Africans were doing all
Some
braids,
slaves
okay?
came from Africa and they brought their traditions
Exactly.
here. But what
We're
I'm
doing
saying,
all type of
I
braids.
came up here
Doing all
to
braids.
add a perspective to the conversation without the battle.
hold on, what you guys call Western culture in America, that is our
They
culture.
don't
There is
braid
no
hair
fusion.
because they don't have it. They have silk hair.
And we don't know to give you credit for the heritage since some slaves did come from Africa and they brought their traditions, and corn rolling is one. Yes, Europeans braid hair, but they don't wear corn rolls because they can't unless they add some hair with it. And they're not, I don't think they're actually called box braids. They're called it by another name. And that's not
No.
There's box
No,
braids.
no. The only braids that they
So-
did was the only braids that they did was what do they call it? Dutch braid, and that's literally just one piece of braid.
Yeah, we did
But but
Just braiding the entire hair
but
into one piece.
but can I explain something to you guys
And they
before we
learned
get
that,
into
and
this?
they learned that from Africa, and they learned that.
Right. So hold on, D, because I want them to understand. I want them to understand why things were different. First of all,
It's a tradition, man. I would just
I'm not even studying you with your ignorance, bro.
I don't know
So
where he
so
picked that up in America.
so this is what I want to say, guys, about that the braiding thing, right? Because it's not about the battle over who was doing artificial braids and different things.
You've been really quiet. Not sure if you're there. I'm gonna drop you.
I'm still here. I just ain't got time to talk because everybody
I'm
telling
gonna
the
finish
bit,
this
so
up, bro. I'm
let
gonna
them
finish
talk.
this up, bro. Then I'm gonna mute. I want to clear this up too, because because I don't think the world pays enough attention to really know what goes on, right? Like I said from the top. Hold on. Let me break this.
And can you please show us some of your indigenous?
No, I need to break.
Other people to come up too.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Those of you who's constantly talking, that's good. But those who are quiet, more on the quiet. I want to give other people a chance to speak. That are waiting, that are requesting to come up. If you want to say your piece, go ahead. If you want to stay up and contribute to the conversation, please do so.
Host, I got a question. Can I ask you a question?
Bro, I'm still trying to clear what I'm trying to say, and I can't get that out.
Yeah,
So
let that man
let me
finish. Let him
making my
finish.
point.
Host,
Yeah,
can
let him finish his point.
all right.
Let him finish.
So
Go
what?
ahead.
So like I said, I didn't come up on the panel because it seemed like it was a peaceful conversation. So I didn't want to go up here and jabbing on who did what first and all that type of stuff. He asked a question, so I answered it. But I want y'all to understand this. It wasn't as much as our culture doing artificial braids and different things like that, because our environment at the time when we were here didn't constitute us having hair loss and all these different things that's going on in our communities now. People don't understand that they're steady putting chemicals in our atmosphere, our foods, our water, our clothes, our hair products, our skin products. All these things have led to the so-called Black Americans now
Just ask me a question.
to seek other methods to kind of cover up, try to kind of now cover up the effects that's been going on to us on a more normal basis. But naturally our hair grows longer, so we braided our own hair. We didn't have a need for any artificial hair.
Godly. And you also made a statement concerning culture.
Can I say something? Because I'd like to give respect to the sister. You know what? When some of the slaves came over here, of course we wouldn't know the source, we wouldn't know the tribe, because they mixed them up purposely so they couldn't speak to one another. And when I say American culture, I mean anything that you can think of that's been invented in this country that meant anything. African Americans, indigenous, whatever you want to say, we invented it. You can Google
Amen.
it. If they took everything out your house right now, you'd be in the dark.
Everything.
You'd have no forced air heating or cooling. You'd have no refrigerator, and even the car. And tell the truth, you wouldn't have no light bulb. But to get back to that is the reason why we don't get along on this thing.
Car was made by a white man.
Excuse me, because we don't know one another. Because I'm older than you guys, but all my life, all I saw was that Africa.
A black person did not make up a car.
Hold on, I come from intellectual people, so I got good enough sense to
Hey,
go out.
Manny, hold on, sis, because this dude right here just oozes with racism. With race, with a racist mind. Nah, bro. It don't have to be your skin complexion. It's how you view another person, bro. It's how you view another
people. Did not create the car. Are you gonna sit here and lie, Godly?
We did create the car and the bus services and the first bus lines. All that type of stuff we created.
Let me say, okay.
Taj, hold on.
Are you kidding me? This dude likes to lie and sit here, bro.
I need you to mute him so I can get my point across and I'll land my plane. The point of it is you need to do your history. It seems like you are awfully comfortable taking YT people's point about who and what we are. If I listen to everything he says that you guys are, then you're swinging through the jungle and you don't have no civilization. All I'm saying is you got to dig deeper to know who we are. The reason why Miss, I don't know. No, let me finish. You're interrupting me.
If you want to go to the aspect of inventions, I'm gonna dig that with you because I'm not gonna.
No, that's not
you
right.
people
Not
are
everybody talks.
why are you lying? Why are you lying,
I am
brother?
not lying. There was a car.
Hold on.
Give you the names of people that
Hold on.
created
It's
cars.
okay.
I
It's
can
okay.
give you their names.
Amir,
I'd like to finish.
Amira, wrong on this.
I told you they're all up here lying. They're all bunch of wobbles up
I
here
would like
lying.
to finish. I don't have to lie. There's a black.
Can you let her land her plane? Just let her finish. Even if you don't agree with her, you can say so after she's done. Just let her finish.
Find out there's a black inventor that built a better car than Henry VIII. He built the Model T, and what you don't realize, he had a black man helping him. But since you want to believe everything the white T
black man did not create a car. It's that simple.
And you're not even indigenous.
Can you let her finish? Stop talking.
History with a British accent. You weren't raised in America. We don't speak like that. And let me finish. You got to go deep.
I don't have no British accent, man.
Oh my gosh, whatever you got.
I don't know nothing about this culture over here.
You know nothing. You got to go deeper. They don't want us to know. And to speak to the thing about why we don't get along is exactly this. We don't get along because we were taught not to get along. My whole vision, I'm older than everybody. I'm sure up on this panel, maybe David now. Every time we saw Africa, we saw starving children with flies all over their mouth.
We don't get along because you're pushing a fake narrative. That's why we don't get along.
Can I finish?
Misinformation.
And Minnie, shut up so she can talk.
I was raised upper middle class. I'm sitting on a golf course right now, so you go sit down in the corner somewhere.
Misinformation. That's why we didn't get along, man.
I don't have to lie about nothing about my people. We are great and wonderfully made. I don't have to lie about no child. You can go find out if you want to be what the white man says about everybody.
Okay, you're the fake Aboriginal.
You get along, Manny, because you're using those Europeanized tactics.
Please mute him because right now he's trolling the chat.
I'm getting ready to drop some people. Honestly, like
I can't
let her finish her point.
What I'm saying is
there are other people who are quiet on here. I'm gonna give them a chance too.
You have to go deeper than the surface level. If we look at everything surface level, we will never get anywhere.
Land your plane for me, please.
Let me finish. It's because it says history. Whoever wins writes his story. And that's what you need to know. And you're very immature. And first of all, I'm an elder to you to disrespect.
Does your plane ever run out of gas?
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Can you plan land, please? Does it ever run out of gas?
All you do is you know, I'm a spiritual being. You have a disruptive spirit. That's all you have.
Hey, thank you. Okay, man. I have respect it whenever
he just hate the fact that we
I'm gonna yield the floor because you're beneath my conversation with you, son.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Sure.
No, let's not get personal. Stop it. Okay. Take a break.
But you're allowing him to disrespect people. You could
No, I'm not allowing nobody to do nothing. I'm not allowing no disrespect on my platform.
What?
I have to
If you
clear
want
all
information,
night.
you can go on YouTube, son, and Google it, and you can find out every major
Some
invention
education from
that we
YouTube,
have
ma'am.
done.
I'm sorry. I actually
That
go
we
to a
have
real
done.
school.
Oh, and you actually got indoctrinated, Manny. You
Can
actually
you
got
guys both?
indoctrinated.
Can you guys
Since
both stop?
the person,
Just both
okay,
stop
whoa,
because you guys are
wait,
you guys are just arguing.
I'm
wait,
giving
since
him
the
the
person,
argument.
Stop.
I'm giving him the
Stop.
source. You can go to Wikipedia, or how about this?
since the
You
person
got-
that claims to be an Indian but doesn't speak the
Oh
language
my
don't know the culture.
God.
So
Thank
I'll be quiet.
I'm
Sorry.
free.
He does
We have
not
our card.
listen.
We have our card.
Listen.
I don't know
Miss
what
D
you're talking
knows
about.
that she knows that her ancestors come from
I ain't
Africa.
got to
at
play
one
with
point.
you. And better yet, we got
I'm
free
talking to
libraries
Gali.
in
I'm
this
not talking
country.
to her. She's just rambling.
Go
And
to
she
the
thinks I'm
library.
talking to her.
Go to the library. They're free here in this country. Go to the library and learn who you are. You know what?
Ma'am,
People that are
ma'am,
dead
I
to
think
the knowledge
that's an
of
advice
self,
that you should take for
people
yourself.
that are dead to
Okay.
the
You need to
knowledge
go
of
to the
self will
library.
never get
Miss
anywhere.
Miss D, can we give someone else a chance to speak
Sure.
too, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I didn't get
Every
my
time she
phone
tries
call
to
because
talk,
Manny was
he
allowed to
interrupts her,
interrupt.
and that's not fair.
No problem. Go to the library, boy.
Yeah, he's been interrupting everyone, and I
Ma'am,
keep
I think you
telling
need to go to the
stop.
library. You should take that
I'm
advice for
gonna drop
yourself.
you.
I'm a
Listen,
doctoral
Manny,
student. I spend many hours in the library.
Manny,
Stop
if you
antagonize the lady, bro, so we can move forward the
Will you
conversation.
let me talk? Oh my gosh, you guys even cut me off. Lord have mercy. Okay, Manny, if you keep cutting people off, I will drop you.
Like I'm just trying to talk. Like her land.
No. You're
God
cutting
damn.
people off. Let them land, and then I'll give you a chance, and you can talk.
It takes like an hour for her land
Can I
to
say something
explain.
real
But
quick,
you don't
please?
talk. You don't talk when it's time.
All right,
When
can I
it's
say
your
something real
turn.
quick?
No, hold on, Valentino. You just got here. Give me a
All right.
second.
Well, okay, fine.
Okay, Manny, you don't talk. You kind of just wait for people to say something, and then you rebuttal them without any warning. Like you need to stop that. I'll give you a chance, and then you can
All
express
right,
your.
I'll wait. Okay, I'll wait until they done.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
That-
All right,
yeah.
let's host.
Thank you. Okay, now I'd like to give Ace. Do you have anything to say? Because you've been quiet for a very long time.
Yeah, I only like to get hyped up and argue about the stuff when I know the facts. So I'm gonna answer the questions. I'm gonna get right to it. Like I said before, black people, are they indigenous to America? Nope. You can believe what you want to believe. You can identify as a tree outside. That don't mean it's correct. Anyway, why do Africans and some black people think that they are different people? In a way, we are different people. Our skulls are different. You know, the way our head shape is, it's a little bit different, but at the same time, we share some DNA. That's all I gotta say. Basically, and then when you look at origin means the beginning. Something gotta come from something. You know what I'm saying? And then I got to looking, well, we all come here, we all come there. And I don't believe people was here when, Pangea was here, but at the same time, I do know for a fact that the oldest bones that they can prove, which is a scientist, we can't outdo a scientist at their job. An anthropologist said the oldest bones that were found, we can't argue with that, was in Africa. So all I'm saying is our origin is from Africa. Even white people, they can go and look at their stuff. DNA is what we're composed of, like I said earlier, and DNA defines who we are. A white person go look it up, they have like 1 or 2% DNA, and it still say it got origins in Africa. I mean, I don't know what's so hard to. I mean, I don't know if people are ashamed of Africa or what it is. And then a lot of people ain't never visited Africa. I done visited like 3 cities in Africa, and a lot of people saying Africa's a country. That's a continent. I don't know what y'all be talking about, man. And I done visit place in Africa. Ain't no flies coming out of people's mouths and all that. It's a lot of, organized cities there. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. I ain't gonna read no book and do all this.
Well,
All
it's
I gotta
not.
do is take a DNA test. It's all it is DNA. And for people to say the DNA is false and education ain't right, that's completely wrong. Because how can you get an education? I mean, they say educate yourself, but you got to be taught to be educated first. That's what teachers and stuff is for. That's all I gotta say. Without any argument, people might disagree, but hell, we're gonna still get along. But the DNA still says it.
Yeah, it
That's
ain't
where
gonna
we
be no
originate. That's
argument
where we originate
because what you
from.
just said lines up with Manny though.
Thank you. Someone who common sense.
You totally incorrect, but I ain't gonna argue with you and cut you
No,
off and let me
just
finish.
It's all good, man. You can believe you that concrete outside. That don't make you that. I mean, where's the
Exactly. You just
documentation?
said
Where the
it bounce
evidence
and
is?
belief.
Thank you.
What you just said gotta fit beliefs. You said you gotta
No,
believe
no,
in
no.
DNA tests. You gotta
It's
believe
someone
in this
common
education
sense.
system.
A
All that is
normal
belief.
human being with
You
But
said
common
that.
how's
You
DNA
said
false,
that.
bro? Prove to me that DNA is false.
I mean,
Prove
because
to me
they
that.
tell you ancestry. They tell
Listen.
you. Hold
Prove
on,
to
hold
me
on.
that
You
deoxyribonucleic acid is
you say we
false.
ain't gonna argue,
Prove to
right?
me.
And you asked the
Prove to
question,
him
and I'm gonna
DNA is false.
explain to you
Prove to
why
us.
it is.
Prove to us
What
DNA is false.
does
So I'm
DNA
gonna
stand
explain
for?
to you. I'm gonna explain to you why it's false.
I don't need
Okay,
to be.
prove
I
it.
don't need to be
Now
explaining
you asked the
brainwashed
question.
by your false
Obviously you do.
ideology, man. I need the proof, man.
Obviously you do, bro. You
We
asked the
need proof.
question.
We need proof.
So now hear
Prove
me
it
out.
to us. Prove it to us
Bro,
DNA is false.
All right, let's go.
ass up. Now I'm not
Let's go.
talking
Go
to you, man.
ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go
Okay.
ahead.
He's not gonna show any proof. He's just gonna
Yeah.
be
So this
rambling
is
all the
what I
time.
want you to. This is what I want you to do.
Manny, give a second, okay? It's the conversation is between Godly and Ace. Thank you.
Yeah, let him go ahead.
So Ace, this is what I want you to do, right? When you get a chance, I want you to go pull up 60 minutes did a study, a report on it, a live report. They actually did a deep dive into it, exposing, explaining everything about it. Even interviewed those people that started those ancestral DNA tests, right? So they break it down for you. It's a 60-minute video that tells you why. Now, for as paternal, maternal, and knowing your siblings or whatever, yeah, DNA tests can solve crimes. But when it comes to ancestral history, it's less than 1% accurate. I mean, less than 1%. This is documented. That's why they tell you, you know what I mean? That's why they don't accept these things for as ancestral records or any type of ancestral sources and court systems anywhere in America, anywhere on the planet. Because when it comes to ancestral history, people have been traveling around and moving around so much that you can't really put people in one place. Matter of fact, there's a genetic study that dropped in last year where they took countries in Africa and they took a genetic analysis of DNA of the genetic markers and all that type of stuff from these different countries in Africa. And these scientists and anthropologists came to the conclusion that even those people in the continent of Africa, origins are not in Africa. These are studies that's out there. This is recent science, but they don't publicize this stuff and talk about it on the mainstream because it doesn't fit the narrative. The U.S.
Well, let me
government.
ask you this: where's the origin at then? If it's not in Africa,
I mean, they had.
No.
Host, can you please put me the big
We're
screen?
not
Host.
gonna put out nonsense out there.
no, I'm just asking.
Let me finish. We're not gonna put out nonsense out there for people to draw their own conclusion. Okay. When that study, true enough, there are people whose origins are not African, but those you gotta be clear who those people are. Those are the Arab people that they're talking about.
So CJ,
Not talking about people who look like you and I.
Right. I'm not even arguing with you. What I would advise for everybody.
Can you please put me in the big screen?
Hold on, man. I'm talking, bro.
No, I just want to put me in the big
screen.
screen.
I know you don't have no respect, but I'm talking, bro. Stop cutting me off.
I'm just asking the host to put
Okay,
me in the
well,
big
you
screen.
asking the host why me and the host are talking.
Your turn. I will put you on the big screen.
So all fairness, host, I'm not claiming and I'm not telling anybody, you know what I'm saying, origin or whatever. All I can give you is my opinion on it. I don't want to add that to the topic. I want people to go look.
I know, as an African,
listen to me.
I know.
Listen to me. Listen to me, sis. Read the study. Research what the scientists and anthropologists concluded in those studies. See who the people and the tribes and the different countries that they took these genetic markers and different things from, and then you come back to the conversation. I don't want the feelings because I'm not giving my emotions. The brother asked the question, I broke it down to him, and the first place I told him to start, he can actually start with that 60 minutes.
I'm gonna mute you because my platform is not to further divide my people. Okay, here's the thing.
I'm gonna go ahead on. It's not
Who's
divided.
giving up? Who's doing that DNA test? If they're telling you, if that DNA test is talking about any black descendants, any Africans that
Yes,
look
they
like
are. Yes, they are. They're talking about several different countries in Africa, and
people
like I
that
said,
look
it's not about no
people
division.
that look
So
like you and I.
I apologize
I
to
have
you.
a question for you. Are you talking about people who look like you and I?
I'm talking about people that look like you. That's what I'm talking about. People that look like you in those studies.
No.
Who else did they study? Matter of fact, you're gonna see those.
No, I'm gonna meet you. No. I will not allow you to sit over here and put out their propaganda for them.
Because like I said, this is told you he always
I will not allow you to put out their propaganda for them. Okay?
Everybody go research and study the article for them.
Can you put me the big screen, please?
Well, it's people who are trying to divide us that are giving you.
They don't have anything to do with dividing. It has nothing to do with dividing.
Stop unmuting yourself while I'm talking and creating echoes. Stop. Just stop. And yeah, it is people who are dividing us, because if they're telling you people that look like me or you or anyone on this platform is not indigenous to Africa, that is a division which they have been practicing for centuries. Okay? That is not a true thing. That is not something that holds relativity or reality. That is not something that holds relativity.
Please put me in the big screen for a second.
You are echoing. So I'm gonna drop you, come back up.
And ma'am, I'll go ahead and leave, but all I got to say is, man.
No, because I got what's up there.
All I got to say is science. Sometimes, like with science, they get it wrong, right? Just like a doctor, they can get it wrong. But then they turn around and by different theories and different studies, they get it right. And like I said before, the thing is, people say we come from America, and we were original to America. That's very disrespectful to the Native Americans here. I don't care if they say you're Asian. Oh, he's supposed to be a clown or this or that, but you can't sit there and tell me that science is incorrect. Science is going to tell you. It's going to tell you where you come from. DNA, that's your genetic makeup, where you come from. People sit up there thinking I'm saying that I'm calling them directly African. No, we do share similarities and all that stuff. Because we share similarities, because we got their DNA. And people ain't understand that the oldest people came out of Africa. Just like the other guy said, the older guy, they came out of Africa. I mean, as simple as that. I mean, it's not rocket science.
Nope.
Nobody's a Pan-African and all that other bullshit. See, a lot of times people like to assume things. That's how your mind get messed up. And then to answer another question, you talking to somebody that been to Tanzania, Zanzibar, Madagascar, different places like that. And I will say this, I ain't taking up or taking no sides for nobody, but what the media portrays and shows, that ain't even what it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go there for yourself and learn for yourself. They got organized cities and everything over there. They got stuff, shit you don't even know of. Excuse my language. They got stuff that you don't know about. And the reason why Africa is people like to go over there and colonize it because it got a lot of gold and all kind of stuff. And one of the most valuable things is that cobalt, that powers cell phones and all that stuff. That's what they really want over there in Congo. They want that cobalt.
Absolutely. And look at Haiti right now. They want that iridium or whatever it's called. So
yes, ma'am.
They're gonna go get that. So
that's why we're in Haiti right now. They got it in Haiti, and they formed a revolution. It's all hell's breaking loose over there because they have that, and people don't realize how rich Haiti is. Why is the American army over there? Because wherever there's money to be made, and I wasn't trying to disrespect anybody, but the question was why we are. Because they're raised to believe every black person in America was born in the ghetto. That's not true. That we all are ratchet. That's not true. And we were taught growing up that there was nothing in Africa. Why? Because if the children in the diaspora, and I've said this before, get together with the motherland, there's no stopping us.
And that's not true either. So let's go ahead and add that at the end for Africa. No. What they taught you about Africa is not true either.
And we know this. I just said we know it's not. You're asking, but you asked the question, why do we feel like this? And that's why, because you were given misinformation about us, and we were given misinformation about you. It's like it's not true that every black person in America. I saw a ghetto by accident at 16. Every black person's mother is not ratchet. Everybody's daddy ain't a pimp and selling drugs. My father was a corporate man out of IBM all his life. We all have different experiences, but the question was, why do we think, that we're different? Because that's the propaganda that we were told to keep us apart. Because once Africa gets itself together and understands you got minerals that nowhere in the world. Now, if you put the blame, I'm gonna say it again. You put the child with the mother and the father. There's no stopping us when the family is reunited. That is the world's nightmare. It really is.
It's the white T-man's nightmare. And the fact of the matter is, they already know.
Oh yeah.
If we get back with our own people, think about it. Let's just look at the crime bill that got passed for Asian people. Okay, you know why? Because they have to deal with China. If you got a powerhouse that's your backup, that's your motherland, that dictates how they're going to treat you over here. Okay.
Can I blow your mind one more time? They know where we came from.
Yeah.
Those ships were insured. They know where exactly where they got it. But
and you got to know the truth in order to lie.
I know. Taj knows. I know because I send her stuff. We have to open our eyes. Yes, the American educational system. People need to know Rockefeller built this up. It was never for us to be educated. It was for us to learn how to do the rules and have a 9-to-5 job. That's what it was for.
Right.
And Taj, did you know that your country? You probably know this. Your country, Ethiopia, is one of the few countries that has never been colonized.
Mm-hmm. The only African country.
Ethiopia was only occupied. It was only occupied by the British for a few months, but they never could really take over Ethiopia.
The Italians did. I don't know about the British, but no, they were never
the Italians. Mm-hmm.
That's why in the old maps of, if you go back before the 1700s and look at maps, everything from the Levant where they're fighting over there now, all the way to where that was all Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then Ethiopia also had a bunch of queens and kings and stuff, and they had people riding around on lions and shit. I mean, excuse my language, lions and stuff battling. I know about. I'm telling you, I know.
Yeah, and it was Ethiopian people who traveled to America and Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are the people who traveled here and settled here and did trades here and live in harmony with the people who were, indigenous to this part of the land. And I can understand why some African Americans say that we are indigenous, because yes, some of their ancestors has been here way long before slavery. And so that's why.
Absolutely.
And some were here because that's who they were trading with. That's why Columbus, when he went to Hispaniola, otherwise known as Haiti and the Dominican Republic, he thought there was gold, and he what he did to those people, we should never have a holiday.
Cutting off their hands if they didn't dig fast enough.
No, it's even worse than that. What he did to the male and female children. But the point of it is, they had gold-tipped spears. Well, where'd they get that from? It was not found on those islands. They said the big black men on tall men on ships brought this, and we used to trade our maize, our corn, and our pineapple.
That's a lie. There's no evidence for that.
That is not a lie.
It's not a lie.
They
That's
told
true.
them that the ships came from Ethiopia, and that you know nothing.
And other parts of Africa.
Y'all do know Columbus was Italian, right?
That's a lie.
Columbus was from Italy.
Parts of Africa too.
That's a lie. Where's the proof? I got a question, guys. Where's the proof?
You can read it in history. You can really read it in history.
You guys are just talking.
Hold on.
Italians trained Christopher Columbus.
No. Don't argue with him. You don't argue with people. You ask people questions.
Columbus was Italian.
What's your story?
Give me 1 second. Give me Manny. Hold on. Manny, I have a question for you, Manny. If you say that's a lie, can you explain why it's a lie and what is your point of view on that?
Where's your source?
No. Hold on. Let him speak.
Moors are the ones that guided the ships over here. The Moors, the same brothers and sisters.
Listen, he's
Oh, now it's the Moors. Oh my God.
Oh, sister, the Moor found America.
Great, now it's the Moors.
Please, I have to mute you, ladies. I have to mute you. I asked him a question. Please give me a chance to hear what he has to say, because
Okay.
he's gonna argue with you. Okay, that's
All
what
right,
he
ma'am.
does.
Ma'am,
One
ask
thing
the
I
question
know,
again.
he's here to argue. So I want to hear your point of view. If you say what they're saying is a lie, why is it a lie, and what's your point of view on that?
It's
Or
because
your knowledge?
it's because there is no archaeologist evidence that they have been here or trading. There is none of that. So it's a
And
lie.
what
There's
archaeology are
no
you
they
reading
and
from?
plus even even if
I
Africans say
no. I'm
no
not
no
gonna
no
listen. I asked you
wait
a
wait
question. What
wait I
archaeology
just
are you
answered
reading from?
your question. And anyway,
What?
even listen, even
No,
if
I
they
didn't hear you answer it. So can you answer it again?
I
What
said that
archaeology are you reading from?
there's no historical evidence that they came
What
here.
historical evidence are you reading from?
All right, let me give you the
Manny,
sources. Let me give you the sources. All right.
wait a minute.
Who's
Hold
the
on.
sources? You should already
Manny,
know
can you
this,
bring up
right?
Facebook?
This is something you should already know because
Manny,
obviously you study it and that's why you're speaking upon it. So who wrote this evidence that you have?
Manny, can you bring up Facebook on your computer?
Are you
Hello?
gonna answer that question? You don't need to argue with people like this. You just ask them questions and you see how
I was,
he don't got nothing to say. You're about to get
yes, I
dropped
was
real
just
soon.
asking Manny if he could bring up Facebook on his computer.
Can you answer the question, please?
Manny, can you bring up Facebook on your computer?
No, he's not gonna do that, David.
Facebook isn't a source.
No, he's gonna send him a source on Facebook. That's why he's asking. Let's not assume things. Let's ask questions.
Rock water. You gotta say.
So I asked you a question. What historical evidence are you reading? Are you gonna answer the question or not? Not, right? So, honey darling, this is not a platform to argue, okay? So, goodbye. You're just here to argue and be just
See,
to
the
be negative.
information that
To
I
go
have
against the grain.
to
Like that's
clear
what you're
all of
doing.
this up, but I
There's
just
no
can't
point
bring
of
it
view
up
of
on
your own.
Facebook.
Okay, Todd, you have a good night. I'm gonna go ahead and sign
I think
off.
you're gonna have to get your information and then translate it over and then send it some other way. Because a lot of the
Okay,
young people
good
they don't
night.
use
Whoever
Facebook.
said that.
They don't use
Yeah,
Facebook.
it was ace. It was ace. They can identify whatever they want, but DNA doesn't lie. Good night.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening.
Give me 1 second. You're new. Put yourself on the mute, please. Valentino has been here for a while. He's been quiet. I want to give Valentino a chance to speak. Go ahead, Valentino. Valentino, are you there? Okay, I'm gonna come back to him. Go ahead, Kiba.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I've been listening to you guys long time. I'm originally from Malingo Empire from West Africa. So I had studied Arabic languages and Portuguese and Italian, but right now I'm living in England. So definitely I would like to contribute about people are talking about our black communities. Uh, everyone we knows that we've been denied in our identities and in our cultures because some people are saying this but because we've been mindset a lot. Definitely we've been mindset a lot as my sister I am saying about some tribes in Ethiopians. I do read Bible and then Quran and then some history I saw in myself about denying West Africans. First of all, my Mandingo tribe. If you go to our Mandingo tribe, you can find the name of ancient Jesus name like Yeso. We call Yensa like Yensa, but they call him Jesus, which is different. So but sometimes I think why something is missing, but we don't understand. Last week I saw the Russian when Vladimir Putin brought out the evidence. I was so shocking. I was shocking which is I know in my tribe cultures, and then which I read in Quran and then Bible. I say, wow, something is missing. So that's why I want to contribute here. If anyone can give me chance to share my like my theory and my practical, which is I know in this life.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, for example, if you read Bible, he's talking about tribe of Judah. There's two tribe of Judah, but they are explaining one tribe. They are not explaining another tribe, which is I understood why they
Okay,
didn't.
hold on, because you're using the Bible as a reference. Okay, I
No, no,
understand
no,
that.
no, 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 no.
No, no,
I'm
I
not using
understand
it.
why you're using it. You're using it
Exactly.
to show a story that can be told that are ancients in that book. I
Yeah,
get it.
I
So let's
yes, I
keep
want
it
to.
up that it is not. Hold on, I'm talking to my viewers and all of my people on the platform here. It is not the purpose. The purpose is not to go into religious. So let's not do that. Okay. I'm gonna let you make your point using that book, but keep it at that. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, yes. I'm not going to the religion because I'm not even a Christian. I'm a Muslim, but I'm coming like my experience I have because so if I read those two tribes and then if I go to Quran also Surah 38 to 18, he's telling you about those two tribes, which is first tribe. Those are the one who built the Abbasid Empire. The original they are from Red Sea, from Yemen to Ethiopia. They are the one who built Abbasid Empire. This Abbasid
Which is the
Empire was
Kushite
Ethiopia.
Empire.
Exactly, Aksum Empire. This which is in Ethiopia. So after that Ethiopia, in top of
Kushtik is
Ethiopia,
its
you
real name. They just been changing it over time to
yes,
dilute
exactly.
and
Okay,
confuse the
those
people. So
people,
let's stick with the original
yes,
name, the Kushtik Empire.
yeah, caustic. Okay. So, but when I was doing my studies in Arabic, they can tell you that they are false Arabs. They cannot explain you about them. They just say the false Arabs. You understand? But if you come top of them, you have uh, that Samudan people, Samud, Samud people. These Samud people is I think these are Nubians. They are Nubians. They are light skin colors. You understand? So these light skin colors, they are Semitic. They speak Semitic language. From their original language, Arabic original language come from Semitic language. So if you see that history, because of the Roman conquer those people, and then they migrated in West Africa, which is Vladimir Putin is explaining to us last weeks. That means the family members moved to West Africa, and then in West African history, Mansa Musa sent two boats to discover America before Christopher Colombo discovered America, before slavery. Mansa Musa in West Africa, everyone knows, which is a wealthy, is a multi-millionaire before colonial time, Mansa Musa. So he sent two boats to discover America before Christopher Columbus, because Christopher Columbus originally from Venetia, from Italy. Because all these tribes, this Christopher Columbus is from Roman Empire, because Italian they are from Roman Empire. So they are hiding our identity, not to understand it. So they are mind setting you. If you go to their school, they teach you this, but they knew everything about from black people. They know everything. So I think the first history mentioned in the Quran, this is Aksumai, Adi, this Aksumai, they are Ethiopian, Abashin. Abashin Empire is the first empire in Africa, which is Ethiopians. But if you tell the people, they will see what is your proof, because they destroy many proof in Africa. Because how many times these Romans are destroying Timbuktu, West Africa, our West Africa region. Timbuktu is main center of our West Africa. We have libraries, we have so many schools, but they destroy everything. And still now, French people are sending soldiers there to colonize them. That's why we kick them out. We kick them out. So let some people to come and talk again, because I'm just keeping talking. No one is talking. I'm just giving knowledge
Okay,
people to
thank
think
you,
about.
thank you, thank you. All right, I want to give Blackwater a chance to speak because he's been waiting. I actually didn't let you cut him, so sorry about that. Go ahead, Black.
Thanks, Scotch, for bringing me up. First question, and hello to everyone on the panel. I apologize. There's no archaeological and or anthropological evidence of Black people being indigenous to America, and the first evidence, that is recorded.
Black, can you come a little closer to your mic?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Bear with me 1 second, please. Okay, is that better? Is that better?
No, can't hear you.
Okay, is that better?
Come again, I can't hear you.
Okay, and so the response to the first question is that there's no anthropological nor archaeological evidence of Black people being indigenous to the Americas. There's been a number of claims, perhaps starting with Ivan versus.
You have to talk. You're gonna have to fix your mic, bro.
My mic's fine, sir. I'm just not
Can
yelling.
anybody hear him?
No, I can't.
It's just that you sound really low. I can't hear you, but you sound really low. So some people, you'd have to really pay attention to hear you. Go ahead.
Tremendous thanks. I'll start at the beginning. There's no archaeological or anthropological evidence of Black people being present in America prior to the colonial period, or the period of slavery, if you would. There's one suggestion by a Professor Ivan Van Sertima, which has been debunked, and actually he acknowledged his error, before in testimony before the House of Representatives at some point later. In fact, in a follow-up, he wrote the initial book, They Came Before Columbus, made a claim, and then at some later point he published a second book where it is that he corrected that claim. And then finally, he did so in testimony before the U.S. House of Representatives. I have as well searched for the claim with respect to the Ethiopians having come to the Americas, and the Ethiopia resources such as the National Academic Digital Library of Ethiopia, and there's not a record that the Ethiopian government and or any academics provide that supports that particular claim. And then moving on to the second question, why do some Africans and some Black people think that they are different people? I think that for those on this end in the U.S., it is largely based on generational trauma and trying to separate themselves from on this end, on the U.S. end, trying to separate themselves from the trauma that has moved through the generations from the experience of slavery. I'll land my plane there, and I'll take any questions or responses that anyone may have
I have a question. Are you Black?
all day long.
Okay, so you're saying that we are not, that we have generational trauma, so we're trying to separate ourselves from Africa, not that the school systems and everything that we saw disparaged everything it had to do with Africa?
And so I think that you asked a two-part question. I'll give you a two-part response. Regardless as to the educational system, there is the opportunity for learning beyond what it is that a educational system teaches. I apologize if I could, and then I'll mute and listen to your response. And so beyond the educational system, there's opportunity for learning, regardless as to whether it's self-learning or looking to other resources. And so it's certainly a nice go-to, but it cannot be, if you would, the beginning as well as the end, the alpha and the omega that is the educational system that has failed us. Secondly, I still yet believe that there is tremendous for those, let me be clear in my statement, for those that have been here on this panel, some that's been on the panel earlier in the night, that's made claims with respect to the difference between, if you would, Black Americans, African Americans, and Africans, and saying that that we are different people, et cetera. Those are that's the group in particular that I'm speaking to. I think that the generational trauma in that regard is highlighted to an epic extent, where it is that they one have probably not most under most circumstances had the opportunity to travel internationally, and then secondly have not, if you would, exposed themselves to anything except for, if you would, sources such as Facebook. I think that David may have been seeking to refer to someone to someone else's content, as well as other, if you would, pseudo sources, etc. So yeah, I stand in that statement.
Can I respond to him?
Oh,
please?
No, because he did not answer the question that I asked him, and he kept saying they.
Yeah, he's not black. He's
Look,
not
I know,
black.
he's not
He
black.
did answer
Hold
your
on,
question.
hold on.
No. He did answer your question.
No, he did not answer my question.
Yes, he did.
I did indeed.
He did not. I asked about the generational trauma, and of course, I come from an extremely educated family. I understand what you're saying, but people that have an average education in the United States, unfortunately, we were very much ill-taught. So could the part of it be from systematic trauma? Yes, part of it could be, but we also have to understand the makeup of the so-called African American here. It depends on what state your family actually came from too also. Some states were different, as in Louisiana, where my family came from, a totally different slave system than in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. So if we're gonna delve deep like that, we have to go even deeper than that, because I don't believe that we all have that type of trauma, because we experience different atmospheres and different levels of slavery.
No, we all have it.
No,
But,
we
yeah,
don't all.
absolutely.
The
But
reason I'm
bear
saying
with
we
me.
don't, hold on. You cannot
Well,
say we
actually,
all have
hold
it,
on,
because
G. You asked me a question. You didn't
hold
ask
on.
me to
No,
agree
no.
with you. You
No, I
asked
didn't.
me to
No,
agree
you
with
didn't
you. I
answer
gave you
no,
my
I didn't tell you I
response.
Hey,
agree with
Taj,
it,
please
but
keep
we
it to
don't
2
all
minutes,
have
please.
it, because we don't have the same life experience. I can trace my family back almost 200 years, and I guarantee you, we do not have the same life experience. So I'm saying, let's not make a blanket statement about everybody, okay?
G,
I was
G,
answering
But
the question.
that
you
is the
asked
point.
me a
I do
question
And
let
he
and you
didn't.
asked
everyone.
for
And
me to
in all
respond.
fairness,
Your
he didn't.
satisfaction,
This
but
is
I'm
just
the one that
insanity.
the generational Black person in here, and I'm trying to tell you, different Black people had different experiences depending on
But
where
you
they
were
were
still black in America.
But I was still in
Okay, so
Louisiana.
wait, hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
Hold on,
This
hold
All
this
I'm
on.
is
saying,
chaotic.
Blackwater is correct in the sense
No,
that
no.
there are different family lines going all kind of different ways. But if you were black in America under Jim Crow and everything else, whether you were free or whatever you were, family members, people in your community were dealt a certain deck of cards that they had to play, and we all have. So wait, just let me make this point, please.
Cut me off. I was talking about the trauma, so you cannot put that on everybody. You cannot.
It's there as a community. If Jewish people here in the United States have intergenerational trauma,
I did not
then
say
how you? If we were enslaved for 300 years,
because there's
there's no
400.
way you can
maybe the people you
escape
talk about
it.
own slaves, because there were Black people in America that did own slaves.
Yes, there were, and they suffered from it too.
Right. But
the
my
fact
point
that you could
is,
even
I
own some of
asked
your
him a
own
question
people.
to
Wait,
break
hold
it down.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Can I talk now?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I yield the floor. I yield the floor.
Hold on, Tom. You're gonna talk. Okay, Miss D, have you landed your plane? Okay, she landed her plane. Okay.
Now, may
I'm
I
not talking now.
respond to? May I
Smart
respond? Given
sister,
the
go
fact
ahead and finish your point. Keep it under 2 minutes, please.
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you.
ma'am. All I'm saying is, like Blackwater is saying, yes, there's plenty of studies, and I study it too, and lecture on intergenerational trauma. See, that's one thing about us that the white man did that messed us up. We so busy. Hell, I'm Creole. What does that mean? Oh, you mix with a little French or you this or that. I'm not trying to pull myself apart from anybody. We all suffered it. That's why we sit here having this damn conversation right now, because we can't even see what we have in common and where we should be going. That's why white folks ain't got a damn thing to worry about, because we could sit up here on this panel for 24, 72 hours, sitting here saying the same shit over and over and over, and our people are still suffering.
Facts.
Okay,
Yes,
so
that's the
I,
fact.
you know, to me, my this, my that, me search, research, whatever. This thing I got behind me, if you want to make it larger ties, shows you how human beings migrated all over the world. People need to see this and understand it. And I don't know if I can show it to you, but
No, we
that's
can see it
how
better
the
when it's
stuff was
minimized.
moving. Okay, we sitting up here talking all crazy when you can go and there is facts to prove how all this stuff went down. Okay, so you know we need to stop the me search and look
Miss,
at research.
Yeah, you know,
And I'll
And you
speak.
can't
may I
believe the
inter-
white man in one breath saying that, oh, well, your DNA ain't no good. And then in the next breath, you going to be indigenous trying to get a damn treaty or trying to go
Miss,
back to a treaty to see
can
if
you
you can
bring up
get
Facebook on
something.
your map?
What the hell? Which one is it?
I just want to ask you a question.
May
Can
I
you
say
bring up
something, please?
Can I
Can you
speak
bring
now?
up
Can I have my
Facebook
2
on your
minutes?
map? Can you bring up Facebook on your map?
guys, we have to listen each other because you
I
see,
think
I,
Blackwater needs to respond to what D said, and let's go in order. Taj, I'm trying to help you.
And the thing about it is,
Yeah,
Blackwater's a troll.
she doesn't. She doesn't have face. I don't think she can.
Blackwater's a troll. Look at
David, David, just send it to me and I'll put it up here. We'll come
Can I
back.
speak
We'll
now?
have the same discussion, David.
may I respond,
Come back
host,
Friday.
or is this just going to be
I
chaos?
All
sent
right.
you a
speak?
So
comment. I sent a comment to you. Is David Hutchin, Bethany on
yeah,
Facebook?
I
Can I
don't have
speak?
Facebook, but if you can send it to
Do
me
I
on
get a?
here, I can post it next Friday when we come back.
Am I
Okay.
offered an
Can I
opportunity
speak
to
now?
respond to D?
No,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on,
guys,
hold on, John. I'm gonna hold on. Give Blackwater 1 minute to rebuttal. And then when he's done, it's gonna be I don't know his name, but the guy down here, the pirate guy, and then John, you can go next. Go ahead, Blackwater.
Okay, within 60 seconds, D, it's unfortunate that you'd use an ad hominem attack. Given the fact that you asked the question, you didn't ask me to agree with me, with you. You asked the question, I gave you my response. That response is documented in many studies, and I pulled up a couple of, to be able to push back, if you would, or at least to validate my claim that the generational trauma that is experienced widely. Now, you may have an anecdotal exception, and that's perfectly fine. But the fact that you would refer
Correct.
yeah,
And
the
do I
fact
need
that
to
you
pull
would
out
refer
my
to, I'm
wallet?
sorry,
Because
and
I
then here again,
I
host, are you
did
able to
all the
control
work.
the panel?
I was only talking about
Hold on,
myself.
let her finish. Let him finish, Miss D,
I
and
was
then you
only
can
talking about myself.
respond.
I can't speak to all black folks.
Okay, let him finish. Go ahead and finish, please. 30 seconds.
Okay, and so here again,
I
I
mean,
will, I'm sorry,
other
I'll
people
stop
has been
talking
waiting.
and
I'm
allow.
gonna give you more chance because I do like your point of view and I like how you're expressing yourself. But just go ahead and land this one point for me. Let other people talk, and then I'll come back to you.
So here again, I was asked the question. I'm not asked to agree with the assertion of the questioner. I provided a comment, a response that's based on merits of research. I pulled up a couple of those research
papers, to support my claim. The fact that the questioner may have had an experience, if you would, anecdotal experience that is outside of the body of research, I would respect the fact that that may actually be the case. But for the
You went out.
for the vast majority of Africans, I'm sorry. For the vast majority of African Americans, the experience is documented in clinical research as well as research in academic environments, and have been done so for
Yes.
quite some time, etc. And so at this point, I'll kind of land there. But D, it need not be a personal attack. I was responding to a question that you asked me, not that I needed to agree with you for us to be able to move forward and have a meaningful conversation and respectfully agree to disagree. And I'll land my plane there.
I didn't personally attack you, and I didn't take it like that because you have your opinion and I have mine. I'm here to learn and study just as everyone else is. So don't project how I feel. I didn't take it as a personal attack, but I know this
Did you not
Benta
call me a
Black.
troll?
Excuse me.
Did you not call me a troll?
Let the man at the bottom speak so I can
Did you
speak.
not
looked
call
up
me
your
a troll,
page.
D?
Whoever
Okay,
this Benta
okay,
Black is,
it's
let
okay,
me
it's
finish.
okay.
Whoever this Benta Black is talking about D, my pH is off. See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Is very
Oh, this
rude
lady is
and
just
nasty, and it's in the
D, did you not
comments.
call me a troll? Focus on me. Don't focus on the chat. You
Don't tell me
refer to
what to
me
do.
as a troll.
I'm saying what I
Oh,
want to say.
this lady
You're a
is a little
troll. You
bit
have nothing on
unhinged.
your page. You have nothing
She,
on your page. So that's why I was
are
calling
you
you a
s-
troll. And I'm also bringing up the fact that he's being disrespectful. Should I ask him if he has a woman to know what a pH is? That's rude. This is not here for this type of conversation. And I never expect you a good debate. I don't require that you have the same opinion that I have.
you're
Never
referring
will.
to people in the chat.
I
Why are
never
you
will.
referring to people in the chat?
Yes, I did. The Bena Black, where it says D.
Why are you
PH is
worried
off.
about what's going on
Damn,
in the chat
Stan, you're
when it is
talking
that
to
we are
him.
engaging?
Excuse me, because I wanted to, and that I
Oh,
did.
okay. I
This is
see.
not to
She's
jump up on
unhinged.
me. I just said that I don't have a problem that you have your own opinion. I have mine, and we'll just agree to disagree. I did not take what you said personally. I will just be doing some more research. That's it, and that's all. And all I'm saying is, yes, there is a level of trauma, but we can't wash everybody with the same brush because it's been almost 200 years that we've been out of slavery. Yes, there are some, but I think there's some other factors that do contribute to that. Also, socioeconomic situations, they do that exist. Also, the fact that we're being poisoned by our own food and our water. And if you look, and that's imperial data, where all the bad water is, it's always in what neighborhoods? The lead that's in the water and all these things that can be traced back. All I'm saying is I don't believe that's everything. I did not say it did not happen. And now I land my plane. And yeah, that person is very filthy and very nasty. And I said it because I could, and I'm going on mute. I got to finish my paper in a minute. I'm gonna get off.
All right, thank you.
Dodge, I responded to
Okay,
your question.
hold on. Let me let the new person talk. Hold on. I know you've been waiting. Kimba, give me 1 second. Berdes, you want to go speak?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. I will ask you, all of you, to bear with me. I have a very strong accent. English is not my main language. But I want to go back to the original question.
Yes,
Are Black
please.
people indigenous to America? Well, I have a question. I come from a position of curiosity. And I ask, if everybody comes from Africa, because this is part of the conversation, from an evolution and biological standpoint perspective, then what is the argument? What is the point that you are trying to make if everybody comes from Africa? Is something that has to do with an excess of melatonin on the skin that will determine my point of being from Africa rather than in white people. And the other thing is, I think, don't you think it's contradictory and it's a cultural appropriation when someone tries to be something that you are not? I mean, why if you
No,
are
I want
proud?
you to answer the question instead of answering the question with the question. Just answer the question. Do you believe they are? Yes or no?
If I believe what? I'm sorry.
Wow. Answer the first question.
Well, I believe that from the evolution and biological perspective, yes, everybody comes from Africa, but that doesn't give any power to Black people over white people or over Asian people or other mixed people. Because
Actually, everybody does not come from Africa. I'm
well,
sorry with
okay,
that
okay,
ideology of saying so. Basically, everybody belongs to Africa and that's their home. No, honey, Africans belong to Africa and Africa belongs to Africans.
I'm talking from a biological and evolutionary point of view.
Okay.
Okay, that's the first point that I try to make because that's important. Why? Because if
So did
everybody,
you answer the question? I didn't hear you say it. Do
well,
you believe Black people are
what I'm
indigenous to
trying,
America? Yes or no?
what I'm trying to say is, if everybody comes from Africa, then there
No,
is no
no, no, no,
point
no. Put
to
that
put that
down.
on the
Put that.
table.
There is. So I just want to hear you say it. Yes or no?
Yes or no? When?
To the answer to the first question.
Well, I say yes, and then you say no.
It's up to you. Is it yes or no? What do you think?
Well, I have other belief, but I'm talking here from a scientific point of view. But that's okay. My point here is why Black people in America, and when I said America, I mean the continent. I don't mean United States of America. Okay? Why they want to downgrade the evolution process of in terms of chronological time and put yourself far from the origin of humanity in Africa, if that's gonna give you more power rather than being indigenous from America. I don't know if you got my point there, but that's okay. Um, why is that important? Because it has to do with identity. It has to do with how proud you feel about who you are. Why do you want to be indigenous? Why? If you
You gotta
claim
ask them.
if you claim that everybody comes from Africa, and obviously this Afro American from United States come from the slave trade, uh, uh, slavery business they have, then you have more power saying that you come from Africa rather than you're indigenous. To make your point, I don't know if you got my idea. I'm trying to put in context here something that I think that they are
You're asking
contradictory.
questions. I'd rather just hear your point of view. Where are you from? Can I ask you where you're from?
I'm from Dominican Republic.
Okay. Do you
Y'all
believe?
don't think you Black anyway.
No, he could
Okay,
be. He
okay,
could be.
okay. One moment, please. Can I ask? Can I?
Okay,
Because that's
okay,
disrespectful,
variety,
and this is very
variety.
important. Please give me the opportunity to respond to the lady there, because this is very important what she said. Because I'm coming from that point of view. You know what? Don't you think that is fair that if my mother is from Spain and my father is from Africa, and I have on my DNA Taino blood, that I acknowledge all of them in me? Don't you
Yes.
think
Here we
that's
go
fair?
with that argument.
Do you think that's fair?
Yes.
Okay, that's the point of Dominican people. It's not that they don't think that they are Black or they deny the African part that they have on them. It's that you have to acknowledge my grandfather that comes from Europe, from Spain or Portugal, my grandmother that came from Africa, and the Taino blood that I have on me. It won't be fair for me to say that I'm just one thing because you are seeing things from the phenotypical point of view. And that happened in America. In America, you are Black because you are dark skinned. Because what is race anyway? Scientifically, it's not proven that what is race. Obama, I'm going to put you the example of Obama. Biologically, his mother was white. His father was Black. Why Obama was considered just to be Black? Because he looked black. Because he looked black.
Well, phenotype is basically what most people figure everything out to be.
Exactly.
So,
Then-
but
then-
phenotype,
then-
that's
Can I
still
talk now?
based on.
I've been
Exactly.
waiting 15, 20 minutes. Don't make no
Exactly.
sense.
That's the phenotype. So I want to make that thing clear here. We Dominican, we are proud of our Afro ancestor and our Spanish ancestor
No, you're not.
and
Stop.
our Taino blood. Yes, we are.
But the truth
are
of the
you to say
matter
that we are
is,
not?
The way that
there
y'all
was
treated
5
Haitians
black
and y'all on the
presidents.
same little
Well,
island.
no,
Let's be
that's
real.
Wait a minute,
that's
y'all.
another
There were 5
that's
black
another
presidents
topic.
before
That's another topic.
Obama,
It's a
and there was
political,
9
it's a
black presidents
political and
before
economic
George
issue.
Washington.
Okay, every
Hold on, Mr. David. You can rebut on him next. Let him finish his
every
point.
country has their own issues in the border. Mexico and United States, Brazil and Argentina, the French and the people that are coming from Africa. Every border has issues. Venezuela and Colombia, every border in the world has issues. Okay? What happened is you play the race card. You know why? Because your politicians are using the race card because it's convenient to use the race card.
No.
That's not the
Who
problem.
has the whole
At the
deck
end,
if I
at
got
the
a
end-
card?
At the end, the problem that you have in Haiti is because you people has make all this trouble. Okay, you know what?
You
have to
people?
look. You people, your people, your
Who's
politicians,
your
your
people?
elite, your elite.
America? Okay.
No, your elite. Well, America too. France has created that trouble in Haiti.
Who's your
United
elite?
States
We are
and Canada.
Americans on here. So when you say your elite, who are you talking to?
Well, I'm talking to the Haitian elite, the rich people in Haiti, the political people in Haiti.
There's no Haitian person in here.
Okay, I would
Can
just
I
like
speak
to tell
now?
the young
About the
man
1
that
It's a
that
lot
here
of
in America,
it's a lot
in
of
America,
manipulation about that information.
there were 5
It's a
black
lot of
presidents.
manipulation
Okay,
about
hold
what
on.
is going on in Haiti.
Wait a minute, you
It's a
all.
lot of
Hold on just a
manipulation
second.
what is going
In
on in
America,
Haiti right
there
now.
were
And they're
5
trying
black
to blame
presidents
Dominican
before
Republic because they want
Barack
Dominican
Obama,
Republic to
Can
be
y'all
in
land your
charge of
plane
Haiti.
so I can talk?
and there were 10 black presidents in the United States before George Washington.
Can I speak now?
So now you got to understand that we are indigenous to America. If you don't want to take my other explanation, there was 9 black presidents in America.
David, you're going too deep for them. I
Let
know
me-
that
let me
information,
speak.
but they have to really research it.
Okay, my turn. Let me
Washington
speak.
was black. He was swarthy.
We
You
know
know how
all
they
that.
say
We know
swarthy
that
is.
history. We don't have the concrete evidence to push that out there. So I'm not going
Nine
into
people doesn't make a nation.
Can I speak now?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
First of all, let me tell him something about that border. That border is based on race, and that's a fact. If you go back to Raphael, he unalived 30,000 Haitians because their skin tone. So let's stop that foolishness. Let's don't pretend that ain't the problem. The problem that problem is based on race, and I'm gonna leave that one alone.
But does
But
he
then
have
let's
to
go
answer
back.
for everybody? I don't think he can answer for everybody. That's
Well,
all.
like, I'm gonna tell you something. That's not true. what
Can
you're
I
saying.
finish talking? You had your opportunity. Let me speak now. I've been
Well,
waiting 30
you know
minutes.
what? If you're gonna talk here, you're gonna talk with
You can
facts because
respond.
I
You can
won't
respond.
allow you. I won't allow here. I won't listen things that are not based on facts here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me talk.
Okay. It's based on
First
politics.
of all, let's understand one thing. We got to go back to history to understand this.
Yeah,
You asked
because I
to
can tell
black
you,
people
I
indigenous.
can tell you too.
You
that
saying
the Saline-
I'm talking
the
to the
Saline
panel, man.
thing-
You had your 2
the
minutes. I
Saline
didn't
thing-
disturb you.
Yeah,
You
just
had
let
your
me tell
20
you
minutes.
something.
I
The
didn't
Saline
disturb you.
thing, the Saline killed thousands of.
He should have. He should have.
Dominicans.
Let me finish talking.
Okay.
You had your opportunity. Let me finish.
So
Hold on. Let him finish, Bertha. Let John finish, and then you can go next.
And you can respond to me. We can debate it. First of all, let's understand one thing. If you listen to all the archaeologists, and for the last century, and all the anthropologists' names, they're all German. Okay, that's first thing you got to get in your head. Let's stick that in your head. Then you got to go back and think about what your boy was doing during World War, you know what his agenda was to prove that they were superior to everybody else. So once you understand that, then you understand what they were doing. He sent all his archaeologists, anthropologists throughout the world to prove his propaganda, because that's what it was. He wanted them to find evidence to prove that they were superior than everybody. Everywhere he went, he found us. Now then you can understand why your history has been hidden. Well, look at the names. You always got to pay attention to the name who giving you this stuff, who's writing these books. They're all German names. Go look at them. Look them up.
Well, I follow Black scholars, and basically in Haiti, the reason why Haiti and Dominican Republic were split was because the French was with Haiti and the Spanish people were with Dominican Republic. And in 1699, they settled their dispute by splitting the island.
I do not
That's what happened.
I sat and listened.
Yeah, can I add something?
Let's be respectful now.
Can I add
Well,
something?
you guys let him land his plane. Don't cut him off. Oh, God.
You caused me to lose my train of thought because y'all keep butting in. I've been waiting 20 minutes.
Yeah, he waited a long time.
You said that Germans wrote all the history books.
It's okay.
Write all the history books.
Okay.
Do you
You
know
guys
anything?
make a note on what he says, and then
No, I
rebuttal
thought
him
that's
when he's done.
the last point you made, brother.
No,
That's
I
the
didn't.
only
I
reason
said
I
if you
said
look at
it.
the one. I said if you look at most of the research you getting, especially your history books, it was written by these German people who was trying to prove that they were superior. So of course they're going to erase it and hide it. I know who the Black scholars are who wrote the book. Ivan Versailles. What's the other brother name? He was Ben Yakin. And what's the brother out of Senegal?
Dr. Ben Jacqueline.
Yeah, I know all of them. I read all the books. You talking to a true scholar here. I know what happened in Haiti. I know exactly what happened in Haiti. I know who went into Haiti and got them thinking that way too. Just like the ones that got Mexico thinking that way. Them same Germans went into Mexico. If you go back to what you call, you'll find Germans inside of Dominica too. I know what happened. I know what took place. And then now you asking was Black people here in America? Yes, we was all over the planet. The people you see with that long straight hair, those are mixed people. Go read how Zhen He came from China. He was I don't know if he was a Han, or was he a Han, or was he what's the other one name? It was the Huns and the Mongols. They came to America. When they came here, they found you here. They mixed with you. That's why you go to the West Coast, you'll see the Indians, the so-called Native American, look more Mongoloid. If you go to the East Coast, where most of us was at, you will find them looking more mixture. We was all over. You go throughout the South Pacific, you see all those islands occupied black people. They were coming back and forth to America. That's how they end up.
We never did not dismiss that.
I'm saying this for the people that don't know, sister. I'm saying this for the people that don't know. If you know, you don't have to respond. I'm saying it for the people that don't know. We was all over the planet. What's his name? Jin Lee, one of the leading Chinese anthropologists right there in China, told you. You can go look him up on YouTube or wherever you want to search. Come out his own mouth. He said,
can I ask you something?
He went all over China trying to prove that Chinese evolved from a single Homo sapien, different from everybody else. When he came back to find that all his people had.
Hey, can I just say this?
Recent.
Sorry for
I ain't
cutting
talking
you
about
off.
nothing 20,000, 40,000 years ago. Recent.
Hold on, user. Wait for your turn. Let him finish.
Sorry about that. My apologies. My apologies.
He had recent DNA in him. It was
Japanese too.
Yeah, they were black peoples all over China. They was invaded by white Mongoloids. They invaded them. They raped. Well, I don't want to use that word, but they took advantage of them.
Right.
And the ones they did take advantage of, they unalived them. And that's fact. The Chinese got all that history. They got the history of the Arabs. They described the Arabs as being black. You go read the ancient Chinese bamboo text. They'll tell you they were doing trade with the Arabs. They described them as oily skin, dark skin, oily skin, woolly hair. That's how the same way they described the original Chinese, the original Black Xi and Shang dynasty of China, the first two dynasties, who wrote the book, which was they wrote the book of Change, which was the Art of War was copied from, the Book of Change. They copied that. That's what Confucius got all his philosophy from. And what's his name?
Japan,
All that was
the
black. All of
shoguns
it.
were black.
So,
They
John
got
Paul, what is the point?
Yes, you are
What
right.
is the point that
But
you're trying to make when you
okay,
say that
listen to this here.
everybody comes from
Have,
Africa and
No, we
everything
didn't
is
all
from
come from
Africa?
Africa. We
What is
two
the
have you
point?
all
species.
ever heard?
I'm
Have
gonna
you
say
all
this and I'm
ever
gonna
heard
land
of
my plane.
Yaku?
Let me say this and let me land my plane.
Well,
We all
go
did
ahead and land your plane for me in 1 minute, please.
Let me land my plane. We all didn't come from Africa. Stop it. It's crap. You people was two different species. You had the black humans and the white Neanderthals. They mixed and created you Arabs. You so-called Spanish people was invaded by Moors. They stayed there for 700 years. They had hundreds of concubine European women who they mixed with, which produced the brown, so-called brown Spanish-looking people, just like the Italians, Arabs, and India. India was called East Africa, the Kushite Empire. It was created by the Kushite Empire, the indigenous India's Valley civilization. I read it all. I'm telling you, the Arabs invaded them and mixed with them and kept mixing back and forth till they can't dilute it. They can't produce full white no more or full black. Some of them have dark skin, straight hair. Some of them have lighter
John,
skin,
let me say
straight hair.
this.
Facts,
Hold on
and
a
I'm
minute,
done.
John.
Stop the bull crap. You're not African. You two
Wait a
different
minute,
species.
John.
Stop it.
Did you all,
You
John,
have to
hold
keep
on a
reading, brother.
John, hold on a second. I just want to ask, do anyone on the panel know the story of Yaku?
Yeah,
That's crap. It's crap.
Yes,
that's
I know. Yeah.
yeah.
So if you know the story of Yaku, you then should know that the black was the only original race, and then
The only
everything
race on the
else,
planet.
and then everything else came from the gene of a weaker gene mixed
Nah,
with a
that's
weaker gene
Elijah Muhammad
to
teaching.
produce
That's
another
not
race.
true, brother.
Hold on, let him speak. He, unlike you, his voice
No,
doesn't go
listen,
loud. Okay,
listen,
let him speak.
listen. David, let me
Let
help
him
you.
land his plane. Hold on, let David land his plane, and then Kobe, I'm gonna give you 1 minute to rebuttal, and then user, you'll go next. David, go ahead.
Well, you know, I have so much knowledge on this conversation, and without my notes, I'm really it's getting a jibber jabber. That's the reason I've been asking for help through my Facebook page. But I really would like for you all to look into it.
Okay,
Right,
David,
thank
I want to
you.
help you. David, I want to help you on that. If you say because this guy, I don't know, John, saying you hear about Elijah Muhammad, I don't know whatever. I told you that I'm from Kunta Kinte's family from West Africa. Everyone knows who is Kunta Kinte. He's a part of slave to America. But before that slave trade, we got some people sending to discover America. But if David is talking about Yakub, because in our family, we adopted this name in our family. We adopted these names, ancient
You're not
Egyptian names
talking. Put
before.
yourself on mute because you're making too much clicking noise. It's giving me a headache. Just mute yourself if you're not talking. Thank you. Go
Because
ahead.
even our tribes, we got so many names with Moses, but we say something is hiding us because why Judaism come after Moses, and then why some ethnic group come after those people because they are hiding to the black people. When I saw last week about this image from Russia, oh, I was so shocked because truth is coming out, and then truth will come because if you talk about Arabs originally from black people, those who are calling, because in our languages in West Africa, Arab mean half and half. Someone is half caste. It's not white, it's not black. Because originally from Semitic languages. These are the Arab. But in Arabic language, you have 320 languages Arabic. Only one language is clear, which is Quran, that is the clear one. Everyone can speak it if you learn it. But people even born in I can say like a so-called Arab country, if they don't learn it, they cannot speak it. So all this is hiding to us. That's why we have to listen each other. Listen very carefully. Because I'm from Kunta Kinte family, which is a slave to America. But before Kunta Kinte, Mansa Musa sent 2 boats to America to discover before Christopher Columbus. Those people, they are indigenous people in America, either west or south, or because they send them to discover America, which is written in Gambian history. But history, you have theory and practical. But if you do only theory, you don't do practical, you will say this is true. Because we black people, if you don't see, you don't believe it. You have to see. This is why I hear some people are, what is your evidence? Because they don't do practical. You do only theory, you don't do practical. Or you do theory, you don't do practical. It's problem for us.
Hey Taj, I would love to talk to you one-on-one one day. So we can have a
Exactly.
deep conversation. So I can really explain to you what took place. These guys here do not know history at all. None whatsoever.
No, they understand little bit, because you know why
For
I
sure. Take
understand
your
much.
inbox me. We can have a conversation.
No,
Okay, you know why?
John, you just said you're different
Okay, may
species,
I
bro.
say something on Master Musa? So,
You know why
see the thing behind Master
listen,
Musa. We all
listen,
know that Master Musa was the richest man that ever walked the
exactly.
planet. But see, Master
Exactly.
Musa wasn't the first richest man. It was his brother. And so what Master Musa brother was, he was a shipbuilder. And he was fascinated with war and conquering. On the last voyage that went out from Master Musa land, the brother of Master Musa went out himself and gave all his fame and fortune to his brother. That's what brings us to the Master Musa you are talking about.
Exactly.
Not Kuta Kinte, not none of that stuff like that. Because the Kinte, and I want to tell you something about the Kute family. That is a real family. They live in South Carolina. The Kuta Kinte family, Alex Haley was driving in his car and he saw a street sign. And on that